No, I'm not doing that. This was between us.
Oh,
it is. But we were like some type of pre-show.
Yeah, banter.
I don't mind banter, but not about personal topics.
Okay.
So back to the little penis / little bank account.
Wait, back to the what?
Little penis /
versus
little
bank account that you brought up.
Oh, yeah. Her, as a woman.
Yeah, but you're not that's not a. You can't say as a woman.
I would rather deal with a little penis.
Okay, there you go.
Versus a little bank account.
That's consistent.
But I'm like, you got pick a struggle.
You have.
No, you
said
couldn't pick
that's
one.
consistent.
You couldn't pick one.
That
struggle.
pretty much is everything we say on the show. That's everything we've ever said. Wrapped up tightly in a bow.
That's hilarious, man. All right, we can go to a song now.
I take my feelings and I put them on these instrumentals. It ain't coincidental, everything that I done been through. We gotta live in the moment, this body just a rental. So if you up to go and get it, know I'm right there with you. I take my feelings and I put them on these instrumentals. It ain't coincidental, everything that I done been through. We gotta live in the moment, this body just a rental. So if you up to go and get it, know I'm right there with you. Life experience made me a man, cleansing my soul with this mic in my hand. Picturing goals as I write in my pad, ripping the show board the flight, then I dash, spitting this gold off the life that I've had. Yeah, would you trade your obscurity for security? Then monetize your impurities for your peers to see? Sacrifice your camaraderie for your artistry? Then dive into the waters where them piranhas be? If they didn't support you, would you keep going? Could you be enough for you? Would you keep growing? Would you keep flowing? I just gotta know, cause it ain't always sweet up on this rocky road. I take my feelings and I put them on these instrumentals. It ain't coincidental, everything that I done been through. We gotta live in the moment, this body just a rental. So if you up to go and get it, know I'm right there with you. I take my feelings and I put them on these instrumentals. It ain't coincidental, everything that I done been through. We gotta live in the moment, this body just a rental. So if you up to go and get it, know I'm right there with you. My mama died from addiction. Daddy went to prison. Grandma raised me in religion. I'm a walking contradiction. Juvenile detention. 14 years old, 21 days detained before I even got a sentence. Locked my ass up at first appearance. This my first offense, bitch, I'm offended. How I'm gonna forgive this? I ain't even get to call my witness. Weight up on my shoulders like I'm working on my fitness. Now I'm about to really be a menace. Grandma told me not to plead not guilty. She was scared they was gonna jip me. Born in 1938, so she done seen the lynching. I kept saying I didn't do it, but nobody listened. 2 years probation, so now I'm locked into the system. Mugshot taken and fingerprinting. Public defender did no defending. No contest without them finances is no contending. Spitting relentless for the defenseless. Telling my story not for glory, this for the children. Whole damn world need a healing while we pretending like we living. Yeah, your watch nice, but do you hit a ticking? Time bomb. Writing rhymes to keep my mind calm. Meditating, I'm a quiet storm. Attack with love, feel my vibe swarm. Creating worlds out of my palm. But say la vie, let bygones be bygones. I take my feelings and I put them on these instrumentals. It ain't coincidental, everything that I done been through. We gotta live in the moment, this body just a rental. So if you up to go and get it, know I'm right there with you. I take my feelings and I put them on these instrumentals. It ain't coincidental, everything that I done been through. We gotta live in the moment, this body just a rental. So if you up to go and get it, know I'm right there with you. Yeah, just know I'm right there with you. You gotta write your mental. We got money to get to. And if you ever did me dirty, know that I forgive you. Yeah.
Yo, it's your baby mom, stay fat, but everything she wish she'd be, so you mad at yourself, you're not mad at me. Eric and Asshole Podcast.
I drank it already.
You guys are back on the bench podcast with Bubba and Pink, and we are loud. Let me fix these audios. We are available on all podcast streaming platforms.
It's not that loud in my headphone.
No, it's not. Have your headphones turned down a little slightly there.
Oh, okay.
All right. But we were peaking there. We're available on all podcast streaming platforms on the Bench Podcast. So please like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. We have Shonnie. I call you Shonnie.
You're bad at pronouncing names.
So
Like
There's
there
an
was
old
somebody
song.
else
no,
recently
Florida,
that you.
Florida does Shonnie so much.
Yeah.
I'm from
Because of the song
Michigan.
Shone.
It's the long, always
Shonnie.
like Rashonda is my name.
Right.
Shonnie.
Okay.
is
It's
what
the
my
nickname.
uncle used to call me.
And we got a good show for you guys. As you can see on the screen here, we're going to be talking some deal breakers and dating.
Yes.
Sex on the first date. We're going to be talking about that from a specific angle. We'll get to that.
A specific angle.
Yeah. From a specific
Behind,
angle.
on top. What are we
Maybe
talking about?
maybe an experience. Maybe an experience happened a long time ago. Maybe experience that happened recently. Who knows?
Let's talk about
On
it.
the way to the studio.
On the way.
T.I. Boosie has a beef. Debrat is defying all odds of humanity having a baby at 48. All right, and
It's called modern science, my friend.
and Broddy James.
It's called money.
Yeah, that too. Broddy James is reportedly going to the Orlando Magic in 2024. We'll talk about that too.
Wait, how the hell? How does that work? We need to touch base on that.
We'll touch base on that towards the end of the show there for sure. All right. So yeah, once again, you guys on the bench, we had a good pre-show banter. I had this on my mind to come in and give you guys a old, boring Black History Month story of myself. Maybe we'll say that to the end of the show.
If it's old and boring, you might want to get it out now.
Don't be old and boring.
It's just old and date. All right. But I don't know. I find this more interesting because we were talking pre-show about would a guy rather have a small penis
Wait,
or
this is a
small
Black
bank
History
account?
Month story?
No, it's not.
Well, it should be. I don't see why not. So,
A small penis or a small bank account, right? And the men in the building, shout out to Edis Bakis, he's in the building with us. And we all had a resounding small bank account. There's always ways you can get more money. Even if you don't ever get it, you have aspirations, there's ways to go get it, and you can always dream to go get it.
The reality is most of us don't actually get the money, so it's
Yeah. Most of
That's
us never.
true,
We all have dreams of getting rich, and we just never will.
right.
A lot of us.
But do men ever look at their penises and be like, "Oh, I wish it was bigger"?
That's a tricky question because the true answer is of course.
How so?
The true answer is
Like,
of course.
how much bigger do you want it to be? Like, but I also think that
Uncle Lilo would be nice.
sometimes-
Uncle Lilo would be nice.
He's
I
like
told the
probably a
story.
porn star, right?
No,
He's Bubba's actual uncle.
he's my actual uncle. I told the story. I was a teenager at
Blood
my grandma's
relative.
house, and he was coming out of the shower, and my Uncle Lilo's thing was all the way down by his ankle, and it
Like
kind of
deformed by
ruined
his
me.
ankle?
No, it was down by his ankle. Yeah.
I
So
once dated a guy who was eating barbecue with me and told me his was the size of the paper towel rack, and that was the last date we ever went on.
Really? You didn't explore it further?
Absolutely not.
Really?
No, it wasn't the last date, but I'm gonna tell you what was the deal breaker. One day I had two sons, and we went out to eat with his niece and nephew, and the nephew was like 7, and we all go to the bathroom, and it was the first time I believed the guy, cause I was just like, that's not my size. I know my threshold and my
So wait,
range.
the kids that went to the bathroom together reported
He
back
was
on this guy's
huge.
penis?
No, the 7-year-old was ginormous.
Oh.
And I was like, if this is the kid that was related to him, and he's telling me it's a, it's no reason for me to.
I didn't follow that real well. It got away from me.
I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
it was.
But-
I mean, it was not like sexual or anything like that, but it was just like, ew.
We weren't
like,
accusing you of that,
Great.
So
at least
okay,
yet.
no, but this is all making sense, and I'll say that in a few minutes here. But let's close the loop on this. You would rather a guy with a smaller penis than a small bank account. You can't work with a guy with a small bank account.
I did not say.
That's what I mean.
That's literally what you said.
Don't get no. We live now. You know?
Yeah.
Talking about would you rather? It's not.
Yeah, would you rather?
What's
In
it's
comparison.
not would not work with.
Okay.
I
Given
have
the two choices.
I I mean, I would prefer a medium bank account and a medium.
I'm sorry, but that's not one of
member.
our options.
Yes,
tonight.
that's not one of the options.
It's not on the
Right.
menu.
But if I had to choose, I mean, like, if we're talking about small, we're not talking about micro. So that means, you know, the average size is like 5 inches. I feel like I could work with that.
Well, we didn't say average.
Then you're not average.
Yeah, we're not
talking average. We're
We're
talking
saying
probably
small.
3, maybe 2.5.
There you go.
Erect?
Yeah.
Whatever the sign says small is, man.
Okay, then I probably would have to go with.
You did not even deliberate when you were over there. You
Yeah,
went straight
you
on
went
bank
straight to
account.
I thought
account.
men would
Let's
choose.
not-
I know. I was thinking about what men would choose. I thought men would choose bigger bank account. I was surprised at y'all answers. Personally, as a woman,
We were not
I
surprised
feel like
by yours.
the more zeros you have in your bank account, the more allotments it allows you in life, and some of those can even be diameter and circumference. You know what I'm saying? Like,
What do you mean, get a D job? Is that what you're saying?
I feel like men who have bigger penises don't have to be as successful.
So it works both ways.
That's what
we
we said.
That's what we were saying.
That's why.
So that's
That
why the men would
reaffirms our
choose-
point.
Yeah, that's why the men.
But
would
I
choose.
was surprised that you
was
guys
just still surprised.
would
You were
choose.
shocked at the decision.
I thought men would rather have more money, which also gives you more advantages. But honestly, bigger.
But men don't see it that way. The penis, whatever you got is what you got. You got to work with it.
Yeah.
The money, like you're always gonna think I can find a way.
Yeah.
I understand that. 'Cause
And
I
that
feel
and
the
that's
same
how
way.
that's when
That's
you
how I feel about
pose that question.
penis size.
That's how we process.
Yeah.
it.
I'm always gonna find a way.
Always gonna find it. Now, what has been finding its way into your inbox a lot are D pictures,
Oh,
right?
gosh.
Now, we talked about this on the show a
Yes.
few times.
Yes.
So it makes a little sense now because you're not a size queen. So you're not.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Calm down, killer. Do not send.
Let me tell you something.
Do not send the non-jumbo shrimp to my inbox.
First of all, what are you putting in your post to get these pictures in at
No, I think I'm friendly.
You think you're friendly?
That is my most compelling question in this. Like, what is the scenario to you receive? Do you receive like straight up zero solicitation?
Yeah, zero
Somebody
conversation.
adds you as a friend, and their next move is a dick pic in the DM, or is there some sort of banter?
There usually is some sort of pre-conversation. There's usually, but it's usually very short. Like it'd be the what you doing, or I just accepted them as a friend. What's up? What you doing? I'm trying to FYU, and I'm over here like
FYU?
I'm sorry, FW.
Oh, no, FWU. Oh, FWI or FW.
Yeah, I'm
fuck
like-
with you. Yeah.
I'm sorry, what's FWI? Like, I'm trying to fuck with you. What's up? What you trying to do? And I'm like, or I've also had it where first thing in the morning, we've had a couple of chit chats, but never any. I try to steer away from the sexual stuff.
Morning wood is strong.
Over the toilet, though?
Well, if that's where you got it.
Yeah, maybe that's his best angle.
I'm not opposed to
But here's my thing.
Have you ever gotten one of those, but there was a dookie in the toilet below?
It was pee in it at least.
Okay.
Here's my thing, right? So because I
Was it
back
dark
in my
pee
day,
and you can clearly conclude the person not drinking enough water?
Who's examining? I'm a nurse, so
I used to send a lot of those pictures back in the day, and
Cleaned up your accents.
without her asking.
I've cleaned up my accents. But listen, most of the banter on social media by females has something to do with the size of penises. So I don't understand, where is the disconnect with those same individuals who all they talk about is the size of penises? Where is the disconnect where that's all they talk about? The guys, we are comprehending this on a level of, okay, she wants
To see
a nice size. Yeah, let me go ahead and just let me show her that. We can skip past. We can get to the lunch and the dates and all that. Let me show her what I'm working with first. That way she'll know, and then we can just get that all out the way.
I'm fine with that.
It doesn't
under the
sound like
right
from your Facebook. It doesn't sound like you're fine with
okay,
that.
listen. What do I always say? I say unsolicited pics. I'm not opposed to if we're adults and we're in our inbox or wherever we're at.
So all I have to do is say, hey, can I send you a dick pic? That's all I have to
Do
say.
you want to see? And I say, oh yeah, show me.
That's
That's
what
your
it is.
green light.
So of the dick pics you receive, what percentage are solicited?
Not okay. I should say none.
Damn
I was
sure
about to
should.
say none. I'd say like 1 in 10, 2 in 10.
10 to 20%.
Yeah.
And the rest of these guys are
The
just
rest of
dropping
them are
left
like
and right.
disgusting.
Really? How many did you get on a daily basis?
Oh, daily never. I don't get it. I feel like the more I talk about it, the less I get.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
There was a time where I was getting like,
your prime.
at least
In
one
the
a
prime.
week.
In your prime.
No,
You know what I'm saying? In the
I just
prime
started-
of getting D
I
pics at
started
the height.
tagging people and asking them why they felt it was okay for them to send me an ashy pic
scared
over the
people away.
toilet. Yeah, so I want to scare you and your friends away who think that this type of behavior is okay. I'm okay with I don't send nudes, but I want to see yours because I don't want to waste my time if you're not in my range.
That's the thinking, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
But I wanna-
have you ever have someone ever sent an unsolicited one and ended in a positive
Outcome for them.
outcome for them?
Lot
We'll
of
say
thought.
yes. We'll say yes. Okay, so what about has one ever sent one and you didn't like it or it wasn't in your range, size range?
I be messing with them. Oh my God, I be like,
But have they ever landed eventually after
Oh, no.
continuing conversations?
if you send me a thumb, we're never talking again. No, if I ask you a question like, "Is that a child?" Or if I say,
That's how you go at these guys, man.
"Don't send me no inky, winky, and nod one night," I don't want to see that. Keep that to yourself. I ended
Now-
an
now-
engagement because I finally saw the merchandise.
What the hell were you doing engaged before you saw the merchandise?
I was in a very strict religious lifestyle where you were not supposed
Anti-religion, baby.
to. Okay.
Remember my story about the wedding? The guy?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, the military.
The state cooch.
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
Yeah, that was the girl. She was withholding the cooch until after marriage
Because of
because of religious reasons. It smelled poorly, and she was killed on honeymoon night.
Because it smelled poorly?
Yeah, yeah.
allegedly.
And Bubba had sampled this cooch some years before.
Ladies, boric acid tablets and chlorophyll and fenugreek per
Don't
day.
whisper. They need to hear this.
You'll never have
But
any of those issues.
but listen,
It's your diet.
Men can't say those type of things to women.
Leave those for us.
But that's, I don't know if, I guess fair is a place where you judge pigs and all that stuff. But how you attack these humans for something that they can't correct, we can't attack women in that way, or we're all type of words.
But apparently it's correctable.
Fat shaming, slut shaming, titty shaming, black women gets attacked all
Well,
day.
think about it, Bubba. If you were a bit more forthcoming at the time, you could have avoided a murder.
If I would have
Yeah.
took her, if I would have took her,
See?
there you go.
You're asleep.
Maybe we should do it anyway
Public service.
and accept
Just reap the consequences.
and just reap the consequences.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, happens.
You may regret that I'm doing this now, but later, when you're still alive
It
at
may
40,
save your life.
yeah,
That's true, though.
you'll laugh past, damn,
Yeah,
Bubba saved
you
me.
know,
Just like Jesus.
We got
But
some
anyway.
laughs, but we need to move on because I don't feel good talking about that because that's a true story.
I should have brought a
All right.
backup drink.
Really quick here before we move on, I want to give a quick shout out to our very first sponsor here, Overkink.com. Overkink has all, and I do mean all of your bedroom needs, no matter what you're into. Use promo code BubbaPink for your discount. We're in the spring. In springtime, if you make a baby in springtime, what does that come out to? What is their birthday?
The holiday, like December-ish.
Yeah, there you go. So get you a Christmas baby, or you can prevent a Christmas baby.
You're still in Scorpio season. Do it right now.
Do it right
Slide
now.
a baby in before
world
the
doesn't
end of the
have
year
enough
for tax
Scorpios.
purposes.
Yeah.
That part. If you
Yeah.
have your baby in January, you fucked up the church's money.
There's actually this
Fucked up the church's
Overkink.com
money.
is owned
You fumbled the bag.
Not for the church.
is owned by a black woman, and she sent me their newest addition to the site. It's this sex toy, and it's too crazy to even explain.
It can't be that
Women's-
crazy.
These women's sex toys, they're getting like elaborate. All
I don't
right.
need all that.
You don't need all that. Do you use sex toys?
I do. But
You do.
What's
You
your
don't- you don't
preferred
need
toy?
The bells and whistles. You don't need all that.
I like a nice rabbit.
Nice
Or,
rabbit. That's
you know.
back in the day.
Haven't updated my collection in a while.
I like a 2-part special. So
A
it can
2-part
either be-
special?
It can be like the
The 2-hole special.
2-spot special.
She didn't say holes.
Whichever the 2
One hole,
spots
one
are.
spot, Bubba. If you're reading between the lines.
There's 3 spots.
3 spots.
Have
Okay,
you
but
found them all?
you said 2 spot in a hole.
I mean, at least 2 out of the 3.
Okay.
Okay.
If I'm with a man, I need you to, all 3. But I'm just saying, by myself,
By yourself. That's what we're talking about. You and sex toys.
yeah, at least 2.
Okay.
I'm gonna try
Well,
to-
you can go and get updated at
Yeah.
overtime.com.
I think they've maybe made some advances in sex toys.
I mean, stuff like the rolls is too strong. You have to have a strong pussy to do with the rolls.
Gentlemen, pay attention. Shonnie does not have a strong enough pussy. For the
That is alien, anti-human.
Listen, man, y'all gonna get us kicked off YouTube. Man. All right, hold on, man.
My bad.
It's not a sex podcast. I just wanted to quit.
Jemmy Green says the rabbit is clutch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Who said that? A girl or a guy?
A girl.
a girl.
It's strong.
Yeah, she's on record as saying she prefers sex toys to actual men.
Oh yeah, her. It's a whole nother ball game about sensitivity in that department.
Okay.
Yes, but are you on her boat or not?
Absolutely not.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
You guys
I
are on
would
separate
never-
boats.
I would never choose a toy over the real thing.
Well, maybe you haven't had the toys that Jimmy has had.
I don't.
Apparently, Your toys are a bit antiquated. I mean, let's be realistic.
And
Jimmy-
just so we're clear,
Jimmy has an
the
impressive,
ladies are talking.
What is that about the
Yeah,
bank
the-
account versus report? What did it say? This is
I'd
bank
rather
account
have
versus
the
small
funds to purchase him some assistance.
So she wants the bank account. Okay.
Yeah, but if you have the Bubba Pink discount, that assistance comes at a discounted rate.
And here's the
At
next
overking.com.
one. Small eggplant. Sometimes that little guy can hit places the big guy can't.
So she wants the bank account.
Right, and then I know this one's gonna say the other. She said, "I'll take less money."
Really?
She said,
2
"Been
to
there,
1,
done
3 to
that.
1
You
right
can you can earn money. You can't grow. You're Richard."
That's exactly
take
what we
less
said.
There's hope for women after all. 3 to 1. I'll take the 1.
Gentlemen sweep.
So
Oh
listen.
wait,
Uh-oh.
other women.
Go ahead.
Once shouted, "Small eggplant, give me dome and money." Can you say head on here?
You can say it.
Oh, give me head and money.
We said a lot worse in the
Yeah,
first 10
yeah, I
minutes of the show. We're worried about things
He
now.
told us he's gonna get kicked off. I don't want to get kicked off. I want to come back.
Explicit, very explicit
So
stuff.
anyway,
Okay, deal breakers in dating. All right, so this is what I wanted to get to. Now, the dating world, if you're single out there like myself, Shonnie, you still single, right? It's money. And I first of all, I think I figured it out.
You
a
have?
big piece of it. Yeah, I think I figured a big piece of it.
Groundbreaking stuff.
Overall, is that the vast majority of women have a strong desire to be married, to be with someone, and like right off the bat, right? A guy is more interested in getting to know a person, having fun, enjoying life, because we realize life is not going to last a very long time, right? And then there's this disconnect at some point, because if you notice when you're just talking to someone or dating, that always starts off awesome. It starts off great. And then somewhere along the line, friction comes. And I think the friction
Not
comes,
the right kind of friction.
Not the right kind of friction, no. The friction comes when the woman wants something more and the guy's like, well, we're having fun. What's wrong with fun? All right? So I think I figured that part out. Do you agree with that?
I agree.
Okay. All right. So in this
So why are you
dating
guys
world-
out there fucking things up for us?
So I'm supposed to stop what I want because of because we're having fun.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna want what I want.
Have they? Well, you've been married. You've been married.
I'm divorced. Yeah.
So
somebody
you've had it
gonna want
once,
what I
but
want. Basically forced me to get married.
well, I'll tell you this. No, I won't. I used to get in trouble a lot on this show, and I vowed to not get in trouble as much.
Really?
So I some things it's better left unsaid. All right. So deal breakers in dating. What are some of your deal breakers in dating?
Some of my deal breakers.
Yeah.
I don't know who's gonna see this, but bad hygiene is definitely a deal breaker for me. So is financial illiteracy, and I'm not saying.
What do you mean by financial literacy?
I was about to say, I'm not saying that you can't be going through financial hard times, but if you are somebody who don't have a bank account or still putting money in your mattress or in plastic bags or in rubber bands.
What if that's just simply illegal money?
Okay, but let's find a way to make it legal.
All right. Wash the funds, baby.
But why are you so illiterate that you're making this kind of money and you haven't figured
Well, that's
out
not necessarily illiterate. It could be a life choice.
It's illiterate. It's 2023. Figure it out. I mean, just what I'm saying, if you don't provide security to me, also you have a lifestyle that is unsafe for me, that's also a deal breaker. I kind of shy away from men who don't have children, only because I feel like it requires men who have children to understand children, and I have children. But it's not a deal breaker. My ex-husband did not have kids before we got married.
But that didn't last.
So I'd rather be 3 ex-wives than 3 ex-girlfriends.
Really?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you guys usually get the financial benefit in that.
No, it doesn't matter. I didn't walk away with any money.
Really?
I walked away with 6 months of alimony. That was it.
All right.
That's something.
That's something.
He made the decision for me that I was going to be a housewife instead of a nurse that I had been already for 7 years. What do you mean that's something? All that did was provide me some transition so that I could get on my feet, And
well, that's kind of the
establish me a
legal purpose of
lifestyle.
alimony.
That's my point, though.
Okay.
I'd rather be 3 ex-wives than 3 ex-girlfriends.
Oh, I know why you said what you said. I didn't what?
You're not walking out of here today, sir. You said you're mad. You want to leave. Calm down, killer. Let's think about it. It's going to be some consequences, repercussions if you leave with me.
But should there be?
Absolutely.
Why should there be?
Why
Me
should
too.
there be? Huh?
Think about it, sir, before you make this choice.
Okay, yeah, but you
gotta
know,
fight for this.
but you know it's not going well.
How do you know?
Because
Everybody hits a rough spot.
we're in this together. You know,
Everybody
we
hits
sleeping
a
in
rough
different
spot.
beds at this point.
Everybody
I'm
hits a rough
downstairs on the
spot.
couch for a month. Like it
If
doesn't
y'all
take a
wasn't
rocket
married,
scientist to know.
somebody leaving on Thursday after dinner, maybe before.
Yeah,
you
but
might be in the middle of cooking stuffed peppers.
What's going
and
on
you
with
say,
Thursday? I'm not
I don't
following.
know. It could be
Why did we
Monday.
pick Thursday?
But I'm just
Okay,
saying,
much better.
My point is,
Get all
you
the-
know
Before
this
the
relationship is broken.
it might be.
You know that it's not going well. So if I want to break away, you should want better for yourself too.
We need to structure this breakaway.
No, you want a financial finances to take.
You're
That's
not
what it
leaving-
is.
You're not leaving with the babies, with the this, with the that, with the bills, with the things we've acquired. You're not leaving me, or we have. To me, divorce is let's have a discussion on how we're gonna part ways. I mean, it's unfortunate you don't want to part ways. The goal is to stay together.
No, I think I do want to part ways.
Nobody should ever.
He just wants to do it on you,
man.
man.
Trust me, it's not fun. You spend a lot of money for no reason.
Yeah.
You don't want to get divorced, but if you have to, we need to. Like I said, I'd rather be 3 ex-wives than 3 ex-girlfriends.
Okay. So another deal breaker in dating. So we got financial illiteracy. We have what was the first one? Stank breath.
Bad hygiene.
Bad hygiene.
Could be
He said
more
the
than
breath 'cause
stank
he
breath.
saw my post. It's true. Oof. I can't talk about it because he's probably gonna watch this.
Oh,
I feel
boy.
bad for him.
But that's something that you could fix.
You should be able to. Why are you 40-something years old? I went home and spent $150 on tooth care products.
Look, D-Lot
For
said-
that guy?
Yes.
Really? That's not money well spent.
It was for me.
How long did it last?
No. For me, I spent tooth care products on myself.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I
Okay.
bought like 3 new toothbrushes.
Well, what other deal breakers are there? So financial literacy, bad
If you
hygiene.
don't meet my threshold,
What is the threshold?
every woman has a range.
And yours is?
We're talking about
penis
penis
size.
size. If
Okay.
you're not within my range, it's not gonna work.
Well, what's the range?
My sweet spot is like 6 to 9, 6.5 to 9.5 at the most.
Okay.
How many women actually knows the inches when they look at it?
Probably all of them.
So I mean, at what
Actually, I wouldn't say all
at
of
what
them.
age do y'all get a ruler and like?
The same age you
Say-
do. Stop lying
That's a
to
good
me and
comeback.
saying that you didn't measure
No, that's
it
a good,
at
that's
some
a decent
point.
comeback. But
Yeah.
I didn't. But that was pretty young. I didn't know girls got rulers out.
Probably a little older. But I mean, we figure it out later in life. I mean, you
Okay.
got a small one, you're like, that did not do it for me. What size are you? Because whatever.
Well, how
you
many
were-
penises have you tape measured in your day?
I'm a nurse. I've been one for 15 years.
But is that part of a normal
quite
exam?
A few of them. Everybody gets a hard on when it's time to get your.
But do you get the tape measure? That's the question.
No, I
Okay,
My
that's-
point is,
it.
I don't believe women know how many inches a penis actually is when they look
I
at it.
agree. You know
don't
how I
think
know
no.
that? Because I measured my hair the other day, and my hair was so long, and I was like, I feel like dicks are way bigger than this. Like, even now. Like, you mean to tell me there's one that, like, goes from here to here? But if you measure it straight.
But you
I-
just said you've been a
like
nurse for
this
15 years and
microphone.
you didn't know.
This
You
microphone,
know.
what do you think the microphone is? Like, what do you think the microphone is right now? It's at
I
least
don't
a good
know.
7.
I'm not in the business of measuring penises.
I am.
So I don't look at things and say, that could
What
be
do you
like
say?
9 inches. I don't know.
I would say about 6 inches. I don't know.
No, it's at least 7 to 8.
And then all you hear, not all you hear, because you have to go inside the conversation, but they'll bring up the girth. But inches don't explain the girth. It doesn't,
True.
you know what I'm saying?
Because I take a fat 6 before a skinny 7.
Wait, no. Your range is 6 to 9. So no matter what, the question is, will you take a fat 4.5? That's the question. Because you already said 6 to 9 is your range. So it's skinny 6,
6.5
fat
to 9.5.
medium 6. So a fat 4.5 was Shonnie Tate.
I've never come across a fat 4.5. Where's he at?
What you doing after this?
Tell him. So the rumors are true.
He knows a guy.
I don't know. Send that picture to my inbox. Let's talk about it. The last one looked like a thumb. I feel like my thumb is like 4.5 from end to end, right?
Look, D-La says she sucks at math. She doesn't know. Okay.
Her personal, or she's saying Shonnie sucks at math?
Jimmy says, I love her. What a fucking...
No surprise.
No surprise. Okay. What else? Oh, and I don't want to leave out my guy Brandon. Shout out to Brandon Chuck for joining in. Brandon, he says the current Orlando dating pool has pee in it. He glad he got made his decision early. Chuck
Get out of
already
it.
told us a
you
couple
don't belong
shows.
in it
Yeah.
anymore,
He getting
sir.
locked down.
If you got out of it, if you locked down, please remove yourself from the pee-infested dating pool.
Nah, he's
It's
not in
full
it. He
of
just
married
knows.
people and people with girlfriends and boyfriends.
He just knows about it. He has friends and people
Okay,
who tell
knows
him.
about it.
All right, so some of mine, right? Some of my deal breakers, if you will, right? I can't do all the fake stuff, like too much fake, like the fake booty, like it don't even look good to me.
That's my favorite compliment.
And there's so many different kinds. I don't know which one I don't like in specific. It's like some are okay.
Don't match.
That's definitely one. But I'm talking about what it's called. Like they got injections. They have I don't know. I'm not in the know of that. But there's specific kinds that there are deal breakers. Then there are other kinds where I can't really tell, and that's fine. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't tell.
I've
I'm
never
talking about
had
the ones I
anything
can
done
tell.
to
I
my
guess.
butt at all, and people tell me that I have all the time, and it's my favorite compliment.
Okay.
I take it. I let them think that I have.
You have a naturally fake butt.
Yes, thank you.
There we go. Solid.
Don't get me wrong. I wear a waist shaper in a minute, but it's all real. I asked the girl, was hers real at the concert this weekend?
And what she said?
She said it was, and she didn't let me touch it, and I touched it. It was really hard.
That's got to be fake, right?
I feel the same way.
That's
Yeah.
sort
I
of the
still,
thing.
I would think if it's-
feel like it
yeah.
was fake.
And that was my thing. And
My date said the same thing. He was like, yours didn't feel like hers.
I don't know everybody's feeling. I'm sure somebody's probably watching.
We can't worry about if people
I
watch.
can't. But what I'm saying is,
fake butts.
that's,
They didn't get it for the feel.
Bubba, be you, man.
Nah, yeah, I know.
Right.
Another deal breaker is
Stop pussyfooting around.
I don't have many. I don't think men have many. It's like simple stuff like you can't be so reliant on me early. Like, we can't be talking a couple of weeks and all of a sudden, it's something going on with your car or your life or your kids. Or, you know what I'm saying?
Do you know how to change brakes?
I just be wanting them to come over and like hang my curtains or something.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
fine.
You don't gotta come. You don't
You
gotta
hang
spend
curtains,
money
Bubba?
on me.
That means I'm coming over. Does that come with head? I mean, I don't know.
It better.
Well,
Hanging curtains is difficult.
I'm a tall guy. I'm useful.
I
So,
never gave nobody head for curtain hanging.
Really?
It's a start. It's a
What's
start.
the smallest task that you've given somebody head for?
God help me, I don't give a lot of.
Really?
I don't.
Lord.
That's a damn shame.
I don't have a
Now
lot of sex
we-
right now. I'm
We know what's divorce was about.
Yes, we do.
No, my ex-husband didn't even love head that much. He did.
Because
when I
she
did
was
it.
out of practice.
That was probably when I had the most practice.
Really? Still wasn't good enough.
Well, I'd say the pandemic was probably when I had the most practice.
Okay.
All right.
Only because it was fun.
Okay. I literally wanted to commit suicide during the pandemic.
Why? I was sick and shut in with.
Well, we're active guys. It's different because it's a combination of things. Can't go out and play ball when you want to. You can't. You know what I'm saying? It's a
There's
combination.
no sports to watch.
No sports to watch. It's a whole bunch of things in combination. You say Bubba don't want to help early on. No, I don't. What else? I guess when you don't have friends, so you must be around me all the time. That's a big deal breaker.
Really?
Like I can't have that. You
You
got
don't
to have
wanna
your own
be
environment.
my main friend.
No, I don't.
What if the friends they have are idiots?
That's fine. I'll take
Really?
that. Like it's not fine, but it's better than the alternative.
But
Really?
you don't want to be like my number one friend that I want to spend most of my time.
No, I don't.
Oh, I need you to sweat me a little bit.
No,
if you don't
see,
sweat
I
me a
don't
little
wanna
bit,
sweat.
like, you got to go.
So,
Everybody.
Bubba's without kids. You guys are thoroughly incompatible.
Without what?
Bubba doesn't have kids, and he's big on head, and yeah, I just don't see a match here. Try as I may.
You
Guess
try
I'll
as
have
you
to
may.
leave you to these Orlando streets.
Yes, head to hang curtains, Jimmy. Yes.
Head to hang curtains. No, you got to do a lot of stuff for me to give you some head. You're going to have to buff my floors, too.
That shit ain't happening.
You think?
Hell no.
It's not.
Hell no.
Okay, you don't know men like I know men.
Once again, you guys are on the bench podcast with Bubba and Pink, home of sports, music, and mayhem. We have Shonnie in the building.
Hey.
You have you working on a podcast that's coming out soon?
I am. We have been actually in production for the last couple months. I think we started at the beginning of January, maybe into December, if I'm not mistaken. We actually just today opened up our Instagram platform, Relationship Conversations. We do a panel of
That's what it's
things.
gonna be. Okay, relationship.
We try to do a once a week question too that we poll the audience,
Okay.
and then we try to get responses that we can also add to the show. This week's question is: if you're a part of a group that exposes cheaters and you see your friend's mate, do you tell your friend or not? So if you have an answer to that, feel free to go to my Facebook page. Shonnie
So wait, if you're
That's a
part of
long
a
question.
group,
I need to hear that.
but if you're part of a group that exposes cheaters, so you're a part of that group, that's
You're
their
in the group.
purpose, and then you're not going to do the purpose of the group?
So basically, the group is like kind of like are we dating the same guy? Do you guys know any?
I didn't know
tea
that
on
those
him?
such groups exist.
Oh, back in the day, there was a group of mostly black women, and it did not go well because too many people wanted to pull up on each other. This group, however, there's some groups that are more diverse.
So there are current groups.
But I'm still caught in this whole thing. If you're in the group, this is what you're here to do. Why
Agreed,
wouldn't you
right?
do it?
Because
Right.
because you're saying the other person is a friend or a person that they
Yes,
know.
who's not
That
in the
makes
group.
sense.
You see their mate
Then
posted.
get out of the damn group.
But if you see their mate posted as a male or a woman, would you tell your friend?
I would stay out of a group looking for cheaters to begin with, and then I'm free to make my own decision.
You're already past that
I'm
part.
not
But you're not. That's my point.
I didn't know groups like that
You're
existed.
in the group already. Let it be an old group that we was in.
But that's
Let
what
it be an old. Somebody say, "Hey, so and so, I'm
That
dating
group was
this
the
dude."
exact opposite. It was a lot of fucking
Everybody
going on
was
in that
fucking
group.
each other except for me. I should tell you the funny story about that too. Anyway, that's our topic this week. I agree with you.
I just
though.
think you should bow out of the group if you're not willing to pull the trigger when it matters.
Agree, because I'm gonna tell my friend. Friend might be mad at me after this.
Well, sure, but I mean, if you're committed
Anyway,
to being
so
in
we
the group,
asked topics,
Like that.
Yeah, exactly. And so we try to do a
You need some media training. So first of all, we need to know the name of the podcast.
relationship conversation.
Oh, that's the name of it.
Yes.
That's
supposed to clearly identify that.
It's on the Cali Boy radio show done every
shout out to
Wednesday.
Cali Boy.
Yes.
Yeah. Shout
We
out
do
to
it
Cali
every
Boy.
Wednesday and Saturday night at 7
We need to get him
o'clock.
on. He comments on
Absolutely.
quite a bit of our stuff.
Cali Boy Radio Show on Instagram. We just opened up our own Instagram page today.
Okay.
Relationship Conversations. It's a really nice, dope panel. We have been trying to also do like healing conversations and things that will help people just find love.
Of course.
What
of
goes
course
into
Jimmy is
a-
a part of that group?
What goes into a healing conversation?
Identifying things that, you might need to work on.
But when I'm saying like, okay, so who starts the conversation and who
Everybody,
identifies?
we start them together. We have conversation amongst ourselves. We did a whole.
Do you just
podcast.
kind of open it up and say, hey, Bubba, I think you should work on this, and then like that's what I'm saying. Where does the juice come in this?
So we talk a lot about improving your mental health and your physical health and your spiritual health, which will also allow you to attract the kind of people you want to attract, the kind of love interest that you want to attract. Healing yourself. Honestly, I went through 4 years of therapy after my divorce before I ever thought about dating again.
Really?
Yes,
It's quite a sabbatical.
I've taken a few.
Really?
Yeah. Celibacy doesn't mean anything after the first 4 months.
What do you mean by that?
I've done multiple bouts of celibacy.
That lasted how long?
So what do you mean it doesn't mean anything after the first 4 months?
I've had one that was 2 years, 9 months, 2 years, 7 months. Actually, I went 2 years, 9 months, had sex one time, and then went 2 years, 7 months. The next person I had sex with was my husband. After that, after our divorce, I went 12 months a couple times. I've gone 7 to 8 months. Celibacy, after.
Does that do something positive for you?
Yeah, it puts you in a different frame of mind.
What's that frame of mind that you're in?
Okay, so sex is a drug. Or I should say, orgasms is a drug. So if you are feeding yourself.
Pretty damn good one.
I agree.
All right.
It's more addictive than cocaine.
So why not just have sex and just not orgasm?
Because maybe you want something. Wait, what? How does that help? Huh? How does that help?
Well,
You don't get addicted.
Yeah, you don't get addicted, and you're helping the other individual. You're helping others.
Community service.
That's right.
I don't have any community service pussy for you, sir.
That's unfortunate.
I don't have any sympathy pussy, community service. I don't have any.
And no head of any kind.
I didn't say. Pretty much.
That's a terrible combination.
Yeah, what the hell?
What do you have to offer?
Do you ever think, you really gave up some prime years?
No.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm a
you
Scorpio.
went 2 years.
I really don't know what the significance of being a
1
Scorpio
year here,
is.
2 years here, 3 years there.
Yeah, I mean, you add it up.
Didn't
I mean,
feel like
we might
it.
be close to a decade.
You're probably right.
A prime years.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I started late.
Yeah,
I
god
didn't
damn.
even join the club until 18.
Really?
And I slept with the same
That's
guy
late.
for like 5 years. No, what I'm saying, like the guy that I lost my virginity to, I got 2 kids with. Like
Really?
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong.
You picked
There's
a fertile
lot
guy
of
to get
dicks
started
I wish
with.
I hadn't turned down.
That's my point.
But
So you do regret it
then
on
I'd
some
be the
level.
girl we was talking about who know the city.
So what?
So what?
I don't want to know the city. I know enough of you.
Just
niggas.
know their dicks. You don't
Oh,
need to know the
man.
whole
I
damn
mean,
city.
Man.
Yeah, that I don't know. I don't understand that.
Y'all not marrying a girl who know the city.
Who said that? There's a girl that went to Bethune and all those failed train stories, they were with the same girl. She's married now.
Every hoe I know is married. But
Okay,
guess what? But
you
guess
just
what?
went back.
They all marry somebody not from nowhere where they live at.
Right.
But that's
That's
hope.
fine.
So now I gotta be a retired hoe and move.
That's what they do anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just keep it moving.
All right. So bet for the next 30 days. I'm just kidding.
Every chick I'm talking to now is from somewhere else, from Connecticut.
Me too, but I wasn't a hoe in Detroit or here.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, don't. But like I told you,
you can stick to that story, but you know.
Yeah.
I wish there was more to tell. I really do. There's a lot of.
I mean, everybody goes through high school and college, and then you get to the pros.
I feel sad
man.
that I missed out on.
Yeah. So stop with all this nonsensical celibacy.
Hold on. Yeah, because this is okay. We got a lady named Nas. This is the first time I've seen her name comment. I just started my celibacy journey for this very reason. 2 months and counting. You got D-Law saying you get a lot of clarity.
Yes.
On this show, on the bench, we like to move the society forward and correct things.
Yeah.
And this is one of those old adages that
But it's true though.
it's not true.
There's
It's-
no
How
truth
long
to
have
it.
you gone?
There's no truth to it. There's no truth.
I'm listening. No, go
I've
back.
never gone. I don't even know what that is.
Well,
I
how
don't
long?
know.
How long have you gone without having sex?
From when my mama had me to I don't know, whatever, 17, 18. No, really
Yeah.
When
18.
you started,
but I got head at what 15.
when you started having sex, to what's the longest you went without it?
I don't know.
He don't want
A
to tell the
week, a
answer.
couple weeks?
A week
Nah,
or
I mean-
a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Try it for 2 months. You gotta really.
Why?
try it.
What's the point?
There's no point to it.
First of all, the nut.
And it may be a month. No
let's
cap.
start
I don't
at
want
the
to put
nut
cap
you
in my
bust
rap. Maybe a
after
month or
you
a couple months.
waited.
It could have been.
Okay, so I believe that when you're celibate, you should probably also steer away from masturbation as well, because
Steer away.
Gracious, like, what is going on in this show?
you're not gonna hear me, but you should hear me because
We damn sure not hearing you.
masturbation is the same thing. It's like diet sex. It's
But what you're not. But y'all
You
not
haven't made a
answering
compelling argument for what
does
is the
it
benefit
do?
about
What is
this.
the
okay.
benefit?
So if you're somebody who's like, okay, I've decided I don't want to have any more casual sex.
Okay.
I want to wait for somebody who it means something with
If
me
you made
for,
the decision, okay.
and I want to, purge myself until then.
Okay.
When you finally decide to have sex with that person,
Mm-hmm.
hopefully it's gonna mean like, do you agree that emotional sex feels and means more than just busting a nut?
It feels the same to me.
Bubba's a
Then you've
legend.
never
The
been
difference.
in
The
love.
difference is if
You've
the
never
coochie
had
is
emotional
wide or small, or
You've
if the
never
head
had a
is good
girl-
or bad, or if she has experience riding from a different angle. Those are what.
Those are the
brings-
variables that make a difference.
Those are the variables that make a difference. Not if we wait.
Not your
or
feelings.
Huh?
Yeah, that's probably a man thing. Then I don't know. Men be having had sex.
No, but what we're trying to
Physically.
explain is it's the same. It's really the same thing for a woman or a man.
No,
like
it's
if you're the same man that you're going to wait to have sex, it's going to be the same experience. From 9 months from now or today, it's going to be the same experience.
He's
No,
got
it's
what he's
not.
got.
No, it's not. I have had uncomfortable first encounters. That could,
Probably because you have big gaps between. You're out of practice.
I agree.
That's the problem.
I mean, we can't expect Steph to take 2 years off and shoot 90%.
yeah.
Let's be
But
realistic.
That's what I'm saying. Uncomfortable as in I have not become comfortable with this person yet. Like, if you wait until she's comfortable with you, like, the pussy can be so much better. Like,
Well, we're not taking it. If she's comfortable enough to give it to me at that moment.
Yeah,
there's a
we're not
difference.
about forcible
There's a
sex.
difference from, like, bust it wide open to, okay, let's do it, I guess.
I actually personally think this though. I think a lot of times when women get in this withholding mode and they make the guy wait too long, it becomes awkward in that way.
I agree.
It's almost like there's too much expectation. We've been waiting whatever weeks, months for this to happen. Now it's going to happen. It's bullshit.
I let them wait when I don't like them.
See, then why fuck him at all?
Exactly.
Well, then stop making people wait.
I'm not.
Just
That's-
move on to the next guy
You
and
can
fuck
wait
him.
indefinitely, sir.
What's that?
Just sit in the waiting list, on the waiting list, in the waiting line. I'm never fucking you. No, not you.
I just don't understand
Probably
any.
not either. But
I don't understand the concept of that either.
no,
I
no,
don't.
no.
If he's
I mean,
not a fuckable guy for you, it's a pass.
That's
Let
it.
go. Keep
yeah,
it moving.
but then you have to wonder if they're only fucking you because they want to fuck you.
That's the only reason the guy fucks.
No, fuck
Yeah.
you because you like me too.
What the,
I mean, yeah, I like you. I mean, what is the word really? I mean, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Am I in love? That's what you want to know. And no, that's the answer to
Are
that.
you moving towards that? Could you fall in love with me? Is this
I don't
like
know. That's like
contingent?
You don't know until you fuck them.
Yeah, that's like, why are we even thinking like that right
Yeah.
now? That's not even in
We
the.
get so tired of fucking you niggas without knowing if y'all fuck worthable. Like, we want to know if you fuck withable too.
Well, that's the okay.
it's
Well,
the-
let me
it's-
send the
it's
dick
the
pic.
gamble.
Let me send the D picture.
Yep.
Okay, and then you got that. Okay, now it's your gamble. It's
Yeah.
the cards are in your hands.
Yeah.
And then you have the actual performance. Is that good or not?
Yeah, and that's it.
True.
It's one time.
Agreed.
It's just one time.
Just another notch on the bedpost.
That's what y'all
another.
think, but
That's
that's
a,
not
yeah.
it.
It's not.
Not
It's
it.
I
not
agree
a
because
thing.
I don't even talk about my number
All of these old
So,
adages, they just
They're
don't.
just
I,
ridiculous.
no, I agree with you, but
They
I don't
need
know
to-
how to
But you're-
untrain my mind from those things.
Well, what about all that damn counseling? 4 years of it.
They taught me that it wasn't my fault.
Yeah, but why didn't they deal with this other issue?
I never thought that was an issue.
Well, it is. We're sending you back.
When I was gonna say we.
Bubba, we might need to have a sponsorship with a counselor. Get a Bubba Pink discount to
listen.
get your life sorted out.
When I was younger,
Damn.
guys in my neighborhood and our friends, when we were much younger, it was we don't want no loose Gucci and girls who done been with all these other dudes.
Just do Kegels.
But that's because we didn't know. Like you don't know. Like that's not a thing. Like right.
Right.
Or chicks that had a lot of babies. You got 3 or 4 babies. A coochie gonna be. That's not how it works. Like and also, you don't know how many guys a girl has really been with.
Right.
You could tell me
She
right
probably
here
doesn't
that you're
either.
taking celibacy and all this. You're on camera. Who knows? You probably have.
I did
probably
not
have
say
sex
anything about me
7
being
days
a
a week.
celibacy journey-
But who
journey right
knows?
now.
You probably having sex on your period all 365
Only
days
periods.
a year. So like you don't really
Periods
know.
are for ends of sentences.
You're out there making Will Chamberlain look timid.
You know.
I agree.
So
you
a
don't
guy,
know any of those things.
a guy doesn't
Just
know any of those
vice
things.
versa, and it's not even for his benefit. It's something that
You
I can't
said
get
that.
over.
No, you said that because you don't believe men want that. You just said that. You said you don't believe men want to fall in love with a guy who's been with a girl who's been with everybody.
No, I did not say a girl who's been with everybody. A girl who's known by everybody. Like, men do not want the girl who has a reputation. If you a silent secret hoe, go be that. And do your dirt in secret. But
Well,
once
that
a
depends on the
man
type
has
of
heard
guys you
about
deal
you,
with.
once a man has heard about you in social settings amongst other men, they are going to form non-positive opinions about you.
It depends on the type of guys you deal with. You know what I'm saying?
It happens though. You know it does.
Yeah. Some guys pillow talk. Some guys do pillow talk, and that's
a lot
unfortunate.
of guys pillow
That's
talk.
unfortunate.
It's unfortunate.
It is. I've been in situations, and you do something, you come back, guys like, oh, what happened? It ain't for everybody to know. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed, but let them jokers get together for beer night on Friday.
Well, you think the
Think
And
they'll
so
break
what?
Bubba down with a couple drinks?
if that guy tells that guy, if this guy who told him doesn't want to be with her, he's just spreading the good news. Hey, she got
But
this
how do you
and she
know
does
that
that.
that one of the guys you're telling this same story to might not be feeling her in a different type of way?
In what type of way?
Maybe
like
you do
love?
like her.
Okay, well now I just gave you the good news of what she's able to do and capable of. Now you
That's not how y'all be looking at it. That is not what y'all be saying. Y'all be like, oh man, what? Oh no.
No, that's true. I'm not going behind the homies. I'm not going. Behind.
Right, see?
Nah, yeah.
Exactly.
I'm not going behind. The homies.
And a woman
yeah.
a woman don't know if she picked the hoe out the
But see, I mean, a lot of this comes down to like social circling. I mean, it's
Agreed.
always gonna
Orlando is
if you're
small.
like dating in a small area, and it's people that are constantly around each other, it is going to be like an awkward thing. It's going to be something that's somewhat distasteful. I mean,
Absolutely.
and I would think it's pretty rare that people connect in any long-term way
Yeah.
out of the same sort of like friend circle.
Exactly.
You do need a little bit of something new to a person.
I need you to be a city over or not in my social
Or new to town.
Yeah.
Or new to town.
Yeah.
Here goes Nas with another comment. That's so wrong. Men need physical connection in order to feel emotionally close to a person, and women are the other way around. We need to feel the connection first.
That's why we're in conflict so frequently.
Make me feel it. I gotta feel the fire.
You got to feel everything, don't you?
Make me know you like me. Yeah. I like them.
Yeah, but we know how you like them, man.
I don't even know how I like them, so we're still figuring that part out.
But what I'm saying is, like, I don't know. I sometimes also I think it's like it's just been said and taught. Almost like religion and politics.
Yeah,
like
I agree
black
with that
people
too.
is Democrats and you Christian, this is Jesus and this is the book,
Mm-hmm.
and then women, you are emotional and you can't sleep with everybody or you'll be a whore and this and that. I think that's a part of it too. Not saying it's everything, but it's a part of it. Like you're being told this, and so you think that. You know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah,
it's
to a
the same-
degree.
yeah.
It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
It's the same as men are meant to be non-monogamous. Men are just taught that and have come to believe that, but it's not true.
I hate those terms because I never really know which one is which and what it means.
What you mean?
What, non-monogamous?
What you mean? Like just
The non-monogamous means you're supposed to bang multiple people.
Yeah.
right. See, my daddy didn't say that. He just said, "Hey, you need to screw every one of your sister's friends." He didn't say be non-monogamous. You know what I'm
Your
saying?
daddy actually said that?
Yeah.
He kind of knew you
I'm so
weren't the
glad I
sharpest
didn't have
tool in the
brothers.
shed. He didn't want to cause any ambiguity.
Let
Let me put this in terms you can understand, son. Your sister, she has a bunch of friends. I want you to fuck them all.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh. What we got here? Chris says only low caliber men deal with it.
Deal with what?
The weight, I think.
Yeah, the weight. And then D-Lot says I didn't get the waiting stuff. I like organic connection. Organic connection.
Right, D. Me too. I mean, this is the thing. I want to be able to like let my hair down and just go be a hoe for a night. Like, I just want to.
That's what I don't
Talk
understand.
about
What
sex
is?
on the first date.
But seriously,
We're
what
gonna-
is
yeah, we're gonna get to
preventing?
that. We're gonna
What
get
is
to that.
preventing you from doing that? That's what I'm not understanding.
I did not say that I'm being prevented from doing that. Are you?
Okay.
You're not listening.
You said I would like to, which suggests that you're being held back in some manner.
I did not say that it's not possible.
I know you didn't say it's not possible.
But
Somebody out there is watching right now and knows that it's
Hey,
Not
probably more than one.
impossible.
But that is a good segue here because sex on the first dates, right? But from a standpoint of once again, you guys are on the bench podcast, Bubba and Pink. We're available on all podcast streaming platforms, and I do mean all. But from the standpoint of why do some women feel scandalous or like a whore or something like that after sex, after the first date?
Because most men take you out on dates to the degree to which how badly they want to fuck you.
Explain. What do you mean? Like Applebee's means?
The deeper the date, the more time he spends with you, the more things he has planned. His goal. We really realize, I think, and believe that for the most part, at the end of the date, he wants to fuck you.
Is something wrong with that?
No, I didn't say it was something
Okay.
wrong with that. So his goal for the entire night is to fuck you.
Okay.
Before he asked you out, when he asked you out, when he came to pick you up, if he did, when he met you,
When he
goal-
first engaged with you in any manner.
in any manner, his goal was to fuck you,
Okay. And what's your goal?
to get to know you.
And then okay. So
Eventually, I want to fuck you too. So if you're not fuckable, like if you're not fuckable when I engage with you on, like, say some men have really poor pictures, right? So let's say your pictures are like a 6 out of 10 for me, and I'm like, he doesn't look that cute, but he sounds nice on the phone. The conversations we had were cool, like I'll go out with him and see if we have a vibe. See, that's the thing. Sometimes a lot of y'all be so centered on creating the date, y'all forget the vibe. The vibe is what's gonna get you to get. I don't wear panties, but the panties, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think Bubba and I have actually spent quite a bit of time talking about like that the connection and the vibe as opposed to the date.
Yeah,
Because we've had
can
guests
take
on here
me-
that talk about the date being kind of this elaborate thing.
I don't need elaborate.
Whatever.
I've literally a guy who I knew I was not gonna fuck that night. He had 3 things planned. One of them, I don't want to talk about what the 3 things were, but the 2 were very over the top. It could have just been one of the 3. Like, it didn't even have to be the 3. But he did all. We got to 1 and we got to 2, and by the time we got finished with 2, I was like, all right, I'm tired. I'm just gonna go home to for the rest of this. You
For
don't have to
sure.
spend. I actually even paid for parking because I'm like, I don't want you to spend any more money.
Oh
I
yeah.
realize you did all of this because you want to fuck me, and I don't want to fuck you. So
Was it the conversation?
no,
Oh, that'd
it
be a
was
good
just
conversation.
I'm tired. I'm gonna go
Refreshing
home.
honesty.
No, I don't. I'm not trying to break your pride because
That's
I
not
don't
breaking
want
pride. That's
you, I
like
don't want you to not give this effort to the next woman because she might want to fuck you.
if she wants to fuck you, it's not about the effort.
Agreed.
Yeah,
they don't
so
get
That's
that
what
though.
we're trying to educate out here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The effort matters to a degree. Like, here's the thing. Don't pick me up and then not have a plan. That's happened.
Well, on the first date?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you mean by not have a plan? Is it like
Oh, let's go try this place.
that's
What's
not
wrong
having
with
a
that?
plan?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
That's why I want to know. That's not having
And
a plan.
then we showed up. Okay, so like a guy wants to go on a first date. We're gonna go to a pool hall. We show up to the pool hall. They're having a tournament there that day.
That's just bad luck, but that was a good idea.
No, first of all, it's not because every man in Orlando has taken me to a pool.
Clearly, it's a popular. Clearly, it's a popular
that is
idea.
Such a cliche date. Take her somewhere else, fellas.
Maybe there's
Pool
something
halls are
about
so
you
played
that
out.
that
No,
calls
it's
the
not
pool hall.
because I do all kinds of stuff.
All right.
I
What's
pursue
other
pools.
kind of stuff that you would like to do on the first date with a guy?
Anything like paint and sip. Anything like theater.
My assistant recently did a paint and sip.
Putt golf is a really good one. You get to chit chat and have a little competition.
Yeah, because you can't do that at a theater.
Yeah,
That's true.
don't take me to the movies.
Yeah.
I'm falling asleep.
Okay.
But anything that's interactive, you can go to a batting cage. You can go to
Batting cage.
Yeah, an arcade is fun. Like stuff like Dave and Buster's.
Are you a good hitter?
Yeah.
You are.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I mean, like.
Do you like the softball or the overhand pitch machine?
the softball?
Okay.
I'm a girl.
Fair enough.
But I'm saying stuff like that is fun.
What about axe throwing? I was gonna say.
Yes.
Oh, that looks pretty
I
good.
would love to go to an escape room. I haven't done that yet. Anybody want to take me on a date to an escape room? Let's go.
What about a swingers club
I've been to those.
for a first date?
Not for a first date.
But would you?
Yeah, for a first date?
Yeah, that's the question.
I'm a voyeur, so I'll watch people, but don't ask me to participate on
Okay.
on a first encounter. I don't know. How sexy are you? Like,
'Cause
how
you know
naked is he getting?
It's cheaper if you take a woman.
Exactly. I
versus
thought
if you
about
go
opening a
single.
business like that. I
Well,
live
well-
right around the corner from Swingers.
Make sure you power with overkink.com.
That's right.
Okay.
Partner. Yeah.
Yeah, I live right around the corner from Swingers. I thought about just like letting men in for half off.
There you go.
Well, what kind of? Well, how many women? Are you just starting with yourself?
Yeah, it's just me. Like, you need to get in tonight? I got you.
But you have to have some form of entertainment there.
No,
Or
no,
you
she's
the
saying
entertainment?
she'd be handy to
No,
go over
he
to
can
Oh, I
He
see
could
what
go
you're
do
saying.
his thing.
Okay.
just to get him in the door for a discount.
Yeah,
get
it's
him in for a
200
discount.
to 300 to get him in
Yeah,
by
yeah,
itself.
by itself.
If I charged you
I don't know,
100
but
plus
I've
the
heard.
It's still a
couple
win.
fee, look at you with the discount.
So we're getting. Jimmy says gun range. She loves guns.
That was a great. That was one of my favorite first dates, and he had some very powerful guns.
Gun range.
plant shop.
Yep.
And then Chuck says bowling with drinks.
Bowling is cool too. Yep, I like that.
That's old school, right?
It is, but it's effective.
Yeah, it's effective.
Effective.
It's a little competitive. I don't know. I feel like just the pool hall with the smoking and all that is cool, okay. But man, everybody wants to say, "Do you shoot pool?" Literally in Orlando,
Yeah, that's like a,
and they all want to take you
35 and
to
up there.
the spot over there in Metro.
in Metro West.
What is it, tap room?
Yeah.
I've been there like 5 times.
There you go.
You
And
gonna
and
run
I
into
act-
the last guy.
And I act like it's my first time every time. I know the bartender be like, "Bitch."
Man, I didn't know this place was over here. This is great.
Oh man.
Ma'am, do you want your usual?
She knows my cocktail by now.
That's great.
Really quick, I want to give a shout out to our second sponsor here, Royal13brand.com. Royal13thebrand.com. Use promo code Bubba Pink. Be fresh for the spring going into the summer. Royal13thebrand.com. Promo code Bubba Pink.
You got that right.
All right. Let's get a little fun here, really quick. So we sometimes do a segment called, as Bubba Crazy. I tend to say some crazy things, but this is my opportunity to let somebody else know if they're crazy or not. All right, for what they got going on and trending topics in the world of sports, music, and entertainment. All right. So the first one here. Let's go up top right here. The world's most identical twins with the same boyfriend. All right, so the world's most identical twins. So they look more alike than anybody else on the planet.
Two identical females.
Yeah, but they're the
are
most
sharing the same boyfriend.
Yeah, they're sharing the same.
And they hold the distinction of being the two most identical
Yes,
twins.
they are now looking for the same job. They're on Indeed together, and they're looking for the same job. And this got picked up by national news stories. This is the thing. This is just stupid.
Oh yeah, without question.
Choose your own identity.
Probably more stupid than crazy.
I mean, is the very nature of their identicalness like what creates this creepy codependence?
Yeah.
Yes.
Probably, right?
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what the hell? And
sharing the same man.
Yeah.
'Cause,
None of this makes sense.
Yeah,
none of it makes sense. I'm sure he's.
They probably narrow edge.
He's excited.
They probably
don't know
narrowly.
who he messing with. It could be one of them who just don't
Oh,
even
yeah.
like fucking.
Well, one.
Did they
one
just win
Tata's
this?
look
Did
big.
they just take this contest away from the Morris twins in basketball? Two other weird fuckers.
I know, right? One Tata's look bigger. The one on the left looks bigger on the right. I don't know. Maybe that's the discerning factor.
She's
there.
also in the front though.
Maybe she just has a push-up bra too.
Right.
But yeah, I'm a big believer in and Pink's also a guy that he doesn't even believe in the junior third thing. Like your own identity is what I'm getting to. Like create your own identity. You're in this world. You're in this world for a limited amount of time. Why you want to be stuck with the same person your entire life that you came out of the same coochie with for your entire life?
Yeah.
And never spend a second apart.
I just think that people that don't progress into like adult independence in some meaningful way are just they're problematic. Like they're not built to be, I don't want to say they're not built. They've not put themselves in a position to be a functional adult.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They have a codependence with another person that's just not healthy, and they'll never be, there'll always be problems in dealing with them. I actually feel sorry for this guy, even though he's probably getting a nightly threesome. That says a lot.
That says a lot.
That says a lot.
All
right.
Mental.
These twins are crazy. All right, let's move on to the next one here. Is it disrespectful if your woman is twerking on her favorite male R&B artist on stage at a concert?
Yes.
This is the thing, right? So I love, over the past like 5 or 6 years, I've been heavy in like, soca and Afrobeats culture, right? And so you run into a lot of married women in relationships. They're there with their man and husbands. They still dance with other men because that's the culture, right?
Yeah.
That's cool. But if I'm in a relationship with somebody and, they're on stage twerking on Usher, that's not cool. And my thing is, if I smashed, I know Usher can smash. That's really the
still
thing.
kind of fairy tale-ish too.
How is that fairy tale-ish?
Because
Wait, Bubba's being fairy tale-ish or the whole scenarios?
that whole scenario. I mean, she doesn't necessarily think that she's gonna be able to smash Usher.
Why doesn't she?
What? Once you're up on stage, it's a layup.
Because remember, he's like most concerts. You know how it goes. Like he's picking the person he wants to come on stage. A lot of times, you can't just up and go up on stage by yourself. You know what I mean? You're gonna get fucking.
I may not be your type, but I'm heading up here.
I'm heading up here.
Deal with it, Usher.
Pointing the woman out first of all.
Right.
Then she's gonna come up and twerk on him.
Right.
For these, just don't say right.
Then what happens?
Who knows?
What do you mean?
She could go backstage.
Yeah.
Serve up some head to the R&B star.
Do you know how many? Like I come across quite a few women like in Orlando who says like, oh, that slept with Lil Boosie because Lil Boosie is in Orlando a lot, or slept with, I even know one that claims she slept with LeBron James when he was here. You know what I'm saying? Then I know a nurse that was in the bubble. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, like concerts and shit, when the artists are bringing, people back on stage. That happens. That's not a fairy tale. Yeah.
My sister went backstage with DMX, and he wrote a song with 26 women in his song.
Did he?
And her name was one of them.
Was she one of the 26?
I don't know. She said, we're not going to talk
sister.
about what she did. DMX, rest in peace.
Oh, we on live, so you don't want to. Your sister might be watching.
We can draw your own conclusions.
You can
She
draw
was
your own
cute that
conclusion.
night too, though.
I know what conclusion I drew.
She should have went on stage. She was so cute that night. But
Nah.
I'm just saying she was also single. But
But I'm saying if you're in a serious relationship,
right,
you're not in a swinging relationship.
right.
Like you really shouldn't do that. I think that's pretty clear.
I agree. So I'm a conservative type of woman when it comes to stuff like that. I don't like the whole publicly disrespecting my mate in any kind of way. However, if we're talking about Usher or Chris Brown or somebody extremely
Chris Brown definitely smashed.
famous and sexy, well, he shouldn't, because there's that whole rumor about him and Rihanna.
But then do the move where it's like, hey, I'm not going to twerk on stage, but I'll be happy to fuck you after. It's very simple.
I'm just saying. I mean, yes, I agree. You should not be going to do that. But if she does do that, I don't think it's something that you should like go home and cry about in the car. Like
The question is it disrespectful? I think the answer is
Yes.
clear.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, that answer is clear. So that lady is crazy. All right. Next, before we get to the main one I'm most interested in, really quick here because I'm a Kodak guy. He's refusing now to work with Drake because of the 21 Savage album, and he's actually the second artist who said that. Who was the first artist who had a problem with that? Oh, Future. Future didn't say he refused to do a project. Future just didn't like that Drake did a project with 21.
Wow.
And this is the thing, right? So there's a couple of things going. First of all, Kodak and 21 has a music beef, not like a real beef, a music beef. And Drake was actually did some songs and was working with Kodak first, right? Mm-hmm. This is all like kid-like stuff. Mm-hmm. But every artist, and especially every young artist, they know like Drake is a stimulus package.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sitting here like a paycheck is a paycheck.
He gets on yours. He's gonna blow you up, and Kodak's probably just jealous. That's my guy.
Right.
That's my guy. He's probably jealous that he got connected with 21 and gave 21 the stimulus package before he gave Kodak the stimulus package when he had an established friendship. Probably.
Right.
What? Also, okay, you did that with 21. Now we're gonna trot me out as the backup guy. Like, I mean, like, there's a part of that.
How
Like,
he's thinking.
Yeah.
I think that's just jealousy. And I think
so.
that you're goofy as I don't know what if you say you're not going to work with the stimulus package. A paycheck is a paycheck.
I do
That's
think
just
there's
like if I was in the NBA, I would work for the worst team ever, and I would not care as long as I drew the paycheck that I wanted. Like I would not care about winning.
Like that.
No, exactly.
I would not care about winning. I don't care what sport I play.
I'm about striving for greatness. You go ahead with your bag.
Money is the money.
And your
money.
57 losses over the 82
Kodak
games.
is a whole clown if he refused to work with Drake, because who knows Kodak over Drake?
I do think that there's a thing to be said of like working with him as far as maybe doing a song or two or doing a whole project.
Yeah.
And doing a whole project with somebody, I'm not a big fan of it. I just don't think it like to have
never go well.
10, 15, 12, 20 songs with the same person. It's a little
Unless
you
it's
released at
on
the
the
same
track.
time essentially.
You have to have real chemistry.
Yeah,
for that.
and I think even if
Yeah.
you have chemistry,
Yeah.
I think
It
there's
does get-
the scarcity is great.
Yeah.
You drop a song with somebody, you do something that's like maybe some time or years passes, drop something else.
I agree.
It's cool.
Yeah.
But I'm not a big fan of doing a whole project with another artist. But I don't think he would, if the opportunity legitimately came to pass for him to do an interesting song with Drake, he's doing it.
Yeah.
Is Drake willing to work with Kodak?
Yeah. They actually been in the studio together and stuff
then
like that.
Shut up, Kodak, and catch your check.
But I'm with Pink. I think Kodak's just talking here.
Yeah.
He
just making noise.
When Drake comes down to Pompano or wherever Kodak's living these days, he's answering the door.
He's
All right.
answering it.
Pompano.
That's where he's from, but he doesn't.
Is that how collabs work? Just Drake just shows up at your house?
Hey, yo, come over.
What if you're not home?
Nah, he just pops up, man.
Yeah.
You lost out on the stimulus package.
Yeah, exactly. You didn't
I was saying, how were you?
deadline it in time.
5237 Terrace Boulevard.
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah. Okay,
You weren't there.
Now this T.I. Boosie thing has escalated to a point where nobody saw it. Here goes the thing. So it was actually a friendship that started late in their careers because their sons know each other and hang out together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
Which
they
one,
got
the light skin one or the other one?
the one that gets in trouble a lot. You talking about T.I.'s son, right?
The garlic
one-
knot.
The one who raps. And their son's like, okay, so they got this crazy idea to do an album together. Like, I don't know who wants to hear that, but T.I. and Boosie.
T.I. and Boosie?
They were working on a album together. And in the midst of that, so T.I. early on in his career, he had these snitching allegations working with the cops. That's early in his career. He kind of fought his way and worked his way around that. But recently on the podcast, he said, and remember on the show I brought it up, Pink, that he snitched on his dead cousin.
Yeah,
right?
I heard that.
To get out of jail, free card, snitched on his dead cousin.
I would have too. He was already dead.
That's
what I said. We agree on that.
What did you lose?
But hold on, Boosie is in the camp. He's in the opposite camp.
Yeah,
he's on the School of Hard Knocks. Shout out to Keith's wearing the shirt. Old school. You snitch on your dead cousin. It's against the law. It's against the rules in Boosie's eyes. And so he's scrapping the album. He's scrapping the friendship. He went straight to social media, which old guys swear they don't do social media, but every time something happens, that's the first place they run to.
Social media.
You know what I'm saying? That's the first place. And T.I., and he came there and he was like, "Oh, T.I., this and that." And then T.I. comes out and he says, "Hey, yo, you could have called me." First of all.
Agreed.
We've been doing this friendship. We're working on the album, like really. So, that's that.
It's the same thing. Why are you missing your check? What are you gaining? Both of y'all could probably use a check at this point. If somebody was gonna buy whatever collaboration y'all was about to have, sir, I don't understand what your problem is. The cousin is dead. He can't. I would be putting the cousin on crimes that he didn't even commit just because.
He's dead.
You're right. We trying to get out of it. It was definitely Ray Ray that night. Remember Ray Ray was there?
Yeah. He did everything. We stayed in the car.
Yes. I don't know what he did when he was in there, but I do know he was in there for at least 35, 45 of them.
Guy looks like Prime Wolverine.
I mean,
Prime Wolverine.
Don't get me wrong. I'm also not opposed to snitching on live people, but
we know where you stand.
Oh Lord!
Don't threaten my freedom to be quiet about your crime. That's all I know. But yeah, Boosie is goofy. Get out of here. Get your check. Whatever the check would have been. It probably would have been like $25. But
what you think, Pink?
I mean, I can't necessarily disagree. I mean, again, I like we had last week. I mean, if you have legitimate beef with somebody, speak to him directly about it.
Yeah.
Let it go. The snitching thing, that was probably a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Now you're blowing up a project and go to social media now? Like,
right.
Were you in a coma for the last couple months? What the hell's going on?
Talking about something from years.
I mean, if that's straight away what happened, that's pathetic.
Okay.
If the project was kind of going down the shitter,
that's what I was
I needed a way to get out, it makes more sense.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. Like, maybe it was already crap and he was listening to the playback. Like,
didn't he snitch on a dead guy 20 years ago?
Somebody said T.I. snitch. You know what? Shut this all down.
That's an interesting thing I didn't even think of.
I'm out of here.
Possible. Everything is on the table.
Yeah, man.
But for me, honestly, I can't really. I think both of these guys are crazy. Just to tell you the truth, I think T.I. only from the standpoint of you had these snitching allegations over your career.
Why would you even say that?
Why would you even say that? Keep that to yourself.
Yeah.
I know you're trying to be a comedian now, and now he's.
Is he?
He just yesterday he came out. Yeah,
what he's trying to do is stay relevant.
Joking. Yeah, and that's really what
he's trying to find some sort of lane where I stay relevant.
That's why he started growing dreads.
So he should have he should have kept that to himself. And Boosie, like, come on, man. Like,
clown and clown.
Who, even if he did snitch on his cousin, that's none of your business. Who cares? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, did he snitch on your cousin? Did he snitch on your dead cousin? Now we talking.
Yeah, now we talking.
All right, but yeah, other than that, I think both of these guys, these 40 plus going on 50-year-old guys, are just plumb crazy. And I wasn't looking forward to the album.
Who was?
And I used to be a Boosie guy, but
what would the album have been? Can somebody just release a LP?
Idea, man.
I just want to hear some samples.
I couldn't imagine it could have been anything of
Me neither.
Of usefulness.
Who was speaking the same level of pronunciation?
No, seriously. All right. Once again, you guys are on the bench podcast with Bubba and Pink here. Let's see here. Hold on. We had one more. Oh, do you have a crazy story for us here? I gave you plenty of time to think about it. I prepped you.
How much time did he
prepped
give
to
you?
guess. Last night or the night before?
No, he told me literally like 5:00 this evening.
That is 3.5 hours.
I got my favorite dating story, period. So
Yeah.
And I hope he is watching. If you cash at me, I'll tell you who I'm talking about. Favorite dating story. It was the worst date. One of the worst dates I've ever been on. Pretty bad. So I was a little late. It was a Friday night. We were
Is this a first date?
Absolutely.
And how did you meet this guy?
He slid in my inbox, and
With
he had
a-
been trying
with a
for
DP?
months. Huh?
With a DP? or
No, thank God.
Okay.
We never got that far. But he had been trying for months, and I finally agreed to a Friday after work date. I usually try to give men their leeway, so I just asked how should I dress, and what time do you want me to show up. So it was supposed to be 7:00. He told me wear something sexy,
Okay.
I'm like, okay, bodycon dress. Let me do my hair, do my makeup, be cute, right? So I'm gonna just say disclaimer that I was a little late for the date. The date was in Winter Park. I lived in deep Kissimmee at that point. I underestimated the amount of time it was gonna take to drive.
Should have left at 4.
I didn't even get off till I don't know when. But anyway, get there.
Feign an illness, leave early.
True. And I end up quitting that job. I should have.
Yeah.
So I get there a little late. We end up meeting at like a strip mall. And when I get to
A strip mall?
yeah, like
I know what a strip mall is, but
like in front of a Publix.
Okay.
And so he tells me when I get there that we're going to jazz tastings. I love jazz tasting, especially back then when it was black owned. And so I'm, excited. And immediately, though, I'm like, jazz tastings on a Friday night. Did he get reservations? No, he did not. So I'm wearing stilettos. First of all, let me stop. Let me go back. Because when I got to the date, I am in this red satin bodycon dress. I'm going to find a photo and pop it in your chat just so you can see. I was cute. This joker showed up in some oversized jeans and a white and blue striped golf shirt.
I struggle with that. Women have negatively talked about me, how I dress to a date.
Really?
Because why
because
would
of
you?
the way we were going.
And I don't know why, because you're a great dresser.
I'm okay.
I've seen you dressed up in dress clothes.
Yeah.
You've caught me off guard a time or two.
But I'm just saying, it was so. It didn't. The vibe did not match my dress. I'm in red satin and you're in golf shirt. So we get to jazz tasting. He did not get a reservation. I happened to see somebody there I knew who was going to be leaving soon. So when she was about to be leaving, she saw me standing at the bar. She motioned to me. It was like, hey, you want this table? And the poor waiter got upset that we sat down because there was a wait.
Sure.
But oh well, I'm sitting with my friend, and then my friend decided to leave.
So you got
And
lucky.
so yes, we did. And so the house is packed. We're about 30 minutes into the end of the first session of the band. The band always has 2 sessions. They always do the same thing. They send the tip jar around for the first session, and then they send the tip jar around on the second session.
Sounds like church. Okay.
Yeah, you probably pay the band there too.
Pay somebody.
So
Fucking
anyway,
tides.
we had something to eat. The kitchen was a little slow. They're packed. The waitress kept coming over to us. How you guys doing? You guys want another drink? She actually gave us a drink on the house because it was waiting so bad.
I know where this is going.
So when the food finally comes out, I had to run to the restroom. Oh wait, sorry. Before the food came out, they send the tip jar around for the end, for the end of the first session. He says, "Oh well, we didn't get to hear the whole session, so I'm not tipping." So
Didn't want to prorate his tip. You're just going to not tip
so
at all.
I throw in a 20 for both of us because the traditional tip is $10 per person.
Do you have to tip the band?
No, you don't have to, but
okay.
you should. You're here to hear them. The acoustics
Am I?
in that place is on point. Yes.
But I'm saying if I do it the first time, I have to
you
tip
should
both
do it
times.
Yes.
Oh, that's come on, man.
That's a little
$20
oppressive.
person.
That's a little
$20 a
oppressive.
person for a whole concert.
It's not a concert.
It is.
it's-
They're singing. They're playing.
That's a part of the ambiance of the place. I'm not. It's not.
It's not Usher up there.
Yeah. It's not a mini.
It's
concert,
not
so
even
it's not-
Boosie
so
and T.I.
$20 to hear great live music, and you wouldn't pay it for the whole night.
What if Bubba doesn't agree that it's great music? It's really mediocre.
Then you should have went somewhere else. You chose where we went.
He didn't know until he got there.
Okay, I'm gonna give you that one.
All right.
Cause keep going. Anyway, the food comes out. So my food comes out first. It's tapas. So it's two of an item, right? One item that I ordered, but there's two. So his food is still taking forever, and I say, here, you want one of mine while you wait, because we're both sipping our little drink or whatever. He eats one of mine. As his food is coming out, I had to use the restroom. He got a pizza. So I'm thinking he's going to at least give me like a piece of his flatbread. I come back from the bathroom, the food is gone.
That man is not obligated to give you none of his pieces.
Let me keep going.
You must have been there for a while in the restroom.
You're 0 for 2 right now.
Okay.
And you must have been in the restroom a while.
No, I wasn't. Okay. So the band goes to play their second set. He keeps on setting his hand on top of my thigh.
Okay.
I keep on picking his hand up and putting it back on his thigh. Like, stop putting your hand on me. I don't like this. So then at one point, he ends up going to sit on the other side of the table, and he's talking to me, and he's like, so...
Maybe she doesn't like my right hand.
Yeah. So I showed your picture to somebody, and she's waiting on us if you're interested.
Wait a minute.
This just took a turn.
Did this just take a good turn?
And I was like, wait, what?
Where's she waiting?
And he was like, yeah, so this woman that, I'm kind of, involved with, he's trying to make it real nonchalant. He's like, this woman I'm kind of involved with, she's seen your pictures and she likes you too. And she, we want to know if you want to come back with us and be with both of us. Here's me. The date is not going well at all to me at this point.
Right.
I'm like, are you seriously asking me to go have a threesome? He's like, I mean, well, I don't, if you be down for it, then yeah, like, get the fuck out of here. So the second session finishes.
Hold on. GTFOH, because the date is going bad, or because that's not your thing?
What?
The threesome.
The date is going bad.
The date is not going that bad to turn down the threesome if you okay.
It's gonna get so much worse. So anyway,
but you already turned it down at that point. Then.
I did not.
Okay, all right.
I did tell him like, "Whoa, killer! Why would you ask me on the first date?" Like,
He didn't want to waste time.
So I asked him, so you're basically interviewing me to see if I'm
they do that.
down.
I
know.
know.
Now I know. This is 4 or 5 years ago maybe,
right.
But probably longer than that.
We're as savvy back then as you are now.
So then I'm like, I'm not down for that. So the band sends their tip jar around again, and he says again, oh well, they would have played that anyway.
Hold on. It comes around a third time?
No, the second time.
The second time for the tip.
This is now the second session.
Okay.
They would have been playing anyway. So
meaning what if he wasn't there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. Another question. It comes around twice per session.
No,
once per
session.
At the end
There's
of
two
each
sessions.
session, the band comes around.
All right.
So there's like
I'm with you.
there's like a 7 to 9. Then they do an intermission, and then they do like 9:30 to 11:30, something like that. So the
I'm against over tipping, so that's why I keep asking.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
I don't know
So the band comes around again. I mean, the tip jar comes around again. He refused to tip again. So now here's me giving another 20 for the tip. The bill comes, and he goes, hey, do you mind if we split the bill?
Since you're not going to be a part of our threesome?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, absolutely. So then,
You said absolutely.
because I'm over it already. By the time you didn't tip the band twice, I'm over it. You're not about to have me with a bad name in Jazz Tastings, and I love this place.
Hey, this guy was 2 tips away from a good threesome.
He was a whole lot more than that. So then I noticed that we're filling out our tips, and he did not give the waitress anything. She was so attentive. Yes, she felt bad that the bar took forever. He didn't give her nothing. I said, you didn't tip her? He was like, no, she was slow. So now I gotta change my tip and include his tip with mine. So we're leaving. I am so ready to go by now. We get to his car, and he goes, so if you don't want to come back and be with me and my friend, I know this spot where we can go and we can just be alone and just the two of us in the car. I looked at him like he was speaking ancient Chinese Mandarin. Are you seriously asking me to go fuck you in the car somewhere?
This guy's consistent and persistent.
Disgusting. So I was like, no.
Some people like that car sex.
I was like, you're out of your mind. Just take me back to my car.
So
he takes me back to my car. We say goodbye. I couldn't even say thank you or anything because there was nothing to thank him for. It was literally like a waste of my time. The Joker tried to hug me. He tried to grab my butt. I was like, I don't even want to hug you. I'm so sorry. Please don't touch me. No, don't touch me. So then here he comes 2 weeks later in my inbox. And he goes, you never got to get none of this dick.
You forgot something at Jazz Tasting.
You forgot to taste something. It was supposed to be jazz tasting.
My answer was that whack ass date. I wouldn't fuck you for all the tea in China. Like, ugh.
Yeah, it's a lot of tea.
Not ever.
Yeah.
And he's just like such a scrub to me now. He's still sitting in my
So here's
a friend request.
So you withheld sex from a guy because of a date.
No, I
That's
don't
what
go
it is.
into dates to fuck you.
But that's what happened.
No.
Ultimately, you
No.
withheld sex from the man because it was a bad date. That's
I was never going on the date to fuck him.
That's fine. No,
It's not
You
fun.
could talk me
it's
into
not fine.
it.
That's why I hesitated at the end there.
I got you.
You might be able to like provide the ambiance that make me want to fuck you on a first date. But chances are I'm not going on a first date to fuck you.
Okay, but the entire possibility went out the window because of the bad date.
Absolutely.
Okay, all right.
So there was a scenario that if he played his cards right, he could have ended up fucking.
It was just like I just described.
Maybe not
earlier.
that first date, but we're talking about eventually.
No, because it was like I described earlier. The vibe was not there. He already was not that attractive to me on his photos.
Right.
But I often think that men take bad photos, and sometimes they look so much better in person. So you want to give them the benefit of the doubt. But even in person,
But if
like
the
he even
date
told me
was
he was
good.
like 6'2", and he literally ended up being like 5'9".
Really?
Yeah, it was weird. It
Pretty
was
big
like,
disparity.
Yeah, it was super right. Like your jeans were baggy and pulled up.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a guy that shot his shot. It didn't work.
Ugh.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
I'm not.
But I do find issues with.
Well, Bubba, have you ever gone on a first date where you had a threesome package in your back pocket ready to go?
No.
Ready to go, like in the arsenal.
That's a classic. That's a
It
classic
does
move.
beg the question of what is the third person doing? Like, were they home masturbating?
Right.
Or just staying ready to
That's
go?
the only difference because in those scenarios, usually the woman wants to be there because she's the she's the woman.
The smoother play is to have the woman do the seduction.
Yes.
Or be involved
I
in it.
always thought that would
That's
be
what I'm saying.
smarter.
Be involved.
Oh, it's ways everybody.
At the very least, be involved.
Yeah, for sure, be
Yeah.
involved, but really kind of take the lead role.
I know he said like, hey, she saw your pictures and she wants you. You know what I mean? That's not enough. That's
No.
you know.
Usually, it's the woman that makes the other woman feel comfortable with the
Right.
scenario.
Right.
Here's me
Reels are
thinking
in.
about it. You're probably right.
I'm 100% right on this.
But my thing is, that because of a bad date, the guy can't get any coochie. Like,
He wasn't getting none anyway.
well, so why go out with him?
Because maybe he could have changed my mind.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If the guy had played his cards right,
Yeah.
he could have done
He
this.
already started at a deficit, though.
We get that
Well,
part. You've made that quite clear.
People come down
But
from
I-
15 points to win.
yeah,
the game.
that's
That's what I'm saying.
Shoot a couple three-pointers.
If you
Yeah.
somehow manage to score enough to win this game, you deserve it.
But in the reverse, there's no scenario I can think of, and I've been trying to think what a woman like we do that to a woman like.
Y'all plan on fucking each time,
Well, because
though.
first of all, y'all don't take us out on dates. That's number one.
That's not true.
Not on first
How many
dates.
guys have you
I
taken
don't.
out on first date?
First dates, none.
Right.
You're right.
So
Bubba's correct, and you're trying to dispute
If I got
it.
to pay for something on the first date, I'm gonna be a little upset.
if you have to pay for something, period. That's what it's saying.
No, that's not true. I just told you the one first date, he was too over the top. I paid for the parking.
No, but that's almost you're almost doing that out of spite.
No,
That's,
it
you're
was
not doing
because
that
I
out
was
of
being
kindness of your
nice.
heart.
The more I like you, the more I'm paying for.
On the first day, you said you don't pay.
I don't want to, but I
You
will.
don't want to. Have you ever?
Pay for a whole first date?
Yeah.
Nah,
Thank you.
not gonna be able to do it.
Right.
Why would I do that?
Right. So
Explain that to me.
I understand that. So all right. So you don't want to pay for first date.
I know, it's not-
And that's,
I don't
and that's
want
in the
to.
culture. That's we're on the bench is not going to change that.
It's
we
not. I don't
understand
want
that.
to. I don't
But-
have to.
Right. You don't have to.
Why
No
should I?
women have to. Right. Because it's there. It's stapled.
You asked me out.
It's
I'm
like-
not asking you
It's
out.
like
for the
putting
most
one
part.
foot in front of the other. That's how
Yeah.
stapled it is in dating world, and that's okay, right?
Yeah.
But so what is the counter for men, right? What is the benefit for men because we're already paying for the date? The counter is
Pussy.
It has to be, right?
It's
What else is there?
It's the hope of getting pussy.
But you got a meal.
That I fucking paid for.
No, in
No,
that bad
that's
situation.
that situation. But
In
we're
a
talking about
traditional-
I see
in a
myself
traditional
so
first
good.
date.
I never think about it like that. You know why? Because I spent money to get dressed.
Yeah, but that's fine. But you're going to be upset or label it as a bad story if the guy doesn't pay for that. You can say, I could pay for this myself. Yeah, but you did it. And you didn't want to.
It doesn't matter how
It
much
does
money
matter.
you spend.
It's not about how
though.
much money. It's just about money being spent, period.
Okay.
Just like if you give the coochie up, you know, I can't. If you
I
give the
can't
coochie up on the
take
first
this
date,
coochie back.
right? But I can't complain that the coochie is not good. Not the snuff. It don't smell right. It's too wide.
I can't relate.
You didn't give head. You can relate
relate
to
to
that. You know what I'm saying? So there's other
We
things.
know that's a relatable remark.
Yes, that's very relatable.
I just wish there was more. Not compassion is not the word, but I guess understanding.
We do. We understand
No,
that
you
we
don't.
guys.
No, you don't.
I
No, you
started
don't.
this off with, we know you want to fuck us. We know. We know.
But can I go as far as saying I feel like I deserve to
Absolutely
You
not.
can go as far as you want.
In your head. You should never feel like you. I mean,
I feel
don't
sorry
know.
for guys in Atlanta,
there's
in
times
Atlanta
where I
and big
agree with
cities,
you.
because first of all, paying for parking is always $20+. Then you're going inside of a place, especially in Atlanta. People like to go to the first dates as lounges. Just like that, that's when I learned you tip bands and you tip all types of tips.
I kind of agree with you, though.
You're coming away with 4 different tips, and that's before you even get the bill for the food.
Yeah.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? Then I have to tip the waitress after that.
Yeah.
You
Well,
feel
it's
like
5
bad.
tips.
you feel
the
financially
bill,
abused.
Parking
Yeah.
for one night. And then after the one night, she goes, oh, the date was okay. I don't really give up.
I agree, though. I mean,
give up any
there's
coochie.
certain circumstances where
I should get ahead in the
Girl.
car as I'm dropping you off.
whoa, killer.
Yeah. No, he's correct.
Calm down. I do agree that there are certain circumstances where some pussy is warranted. He went all out, sis. He did everything he was supposed to do. He checked every balance. I went on a really spectacular date not that long ago, and he checked every box, and all boxes were checked. I mean, like...
On your part as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Even the head box.
Okay, calm down. I didn't say it. Well, okay, minus
It's a box.
-1. He got to
Okay.
have something for the next
We're
time.
here. We're here.
Kobe said we can't even lie good enough to get in the panties.
No, you can't. Not these days. I already background checked you before you got here.
Jimmy said, what happened to coffee dates? That's
Jimmy
the thing
sounds
now.
cheap, and he
No,
gives me
Jimmy
STD.
Green.
Jimmy's a
That's
woman.
the lady. That's the
Oh,
girl.
sorry.
Like she's
Coffee-
saying,
oh.
you don't have to do all of that on the first date. Is what she's saying. You
Agreed.
can just go to do the coffee.
But I don't
thing.
want to do a coffee date either. I mean, I will, unless if it's right by my house, and I don't have to travel. I'm not traveling to Winter Park for coffee. Get the heck out of here.
Do you have a geographical boundary for dating?
I
so,
do.
So if you lived wherever, how far would you venture?
So I had a long-term situationship, and we were about 50 minutes away from each other. 50 minutes.
That's
yeah.
tough. No,
That was the most I probably would ever drive.
but
for
that's a
some-
lot
for
when you
some-
think about it.
I agree.
Yeah, because you're sitting there. I got basically almost 2 hours of travel
Yeah.
to spend whatever time I'm going to spend with this person. That's tough.
Yeah, I'm staying the night till tomorrow.
One of the best dating scenes for single men, is Tampa.
Really?
And
Why?
that's such a hike, man.
Oh yeah.
That's such a hike and not even just the distance; it's the Disney traffic.
What's
Like that
crazy-
alone.
Yeah.
What's crazy is that for me, Tampa is like an hour and 20 minutes away. There, and it feels like I'm going out of town.
Yeah, it's an out of town trip.
Meanwhile, deep Poinciana, Kissimmee to Longwood or to what's that, Castleberry, Apopka don't sound too bad.
Right.
But you know.
But you're down in Poinciana, Kissimmee area.
No. So now
Oh.
I'm really Osceola Turnpike area.
Okay.
So it took me 23 minutes to get here.
Yeah.
I drive everywhere though. So that but I'm also at a point in my life where I don't want to drive for dick. If you don't, if we're not making dinner together or, watching a movie together and hanging out too, I'm not driving there just to fuck you.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
If you have a significant travel time and you're just gonna fuck somebody, I mean, just find somebody closer.
Exactly. Or come. I would say come my way, but then I don't be wanting people at my house. I don't know what to say about that.
Nah, I think that geography is a significant impediment.
Yeah, I agree. I like anybody in Poinciana. Call me.
Like if you're talking about somebody in Tampa, like that's a thing where it's
Yeah,
like
that's
if
far.
I occasionally have reason to be in Tampa, it's probably worth having communication with somebody in that area.
Yeah.
Or freaking Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
But it's like it's not something where I'm going to expect to see that person consistently.
Yeah, I mean, men in like West Palm Beach and Miami all the time, and I'm always like, I'm never traveling to you.
And the dating apps are always giving you somebody in those areas.
Ain't they?
You know what I'm saying?
And they be the most compatible.
Yeah.
They be one with the most conversation.
Right.
And you be like, where you from? Where you live? Pembroke Pines. I'm not going there. But Dick is literally like around the corner. I think it's oversaturated. That's why I don't care that much. If it wasn't as oversaturated, I would probably be a little less picky.
Look at her talking about she should have left after he ate all the pizza. You can't be mad that man
Agreed.
ate his food that he ordered. What is going on in the world, man?
You're right.
I'm just emaciate the whole thing during one bathroom stop.
I completely agree.
He was hungry.
He was hungry after he ate half of mine.
You offered it.
What did you
His
get?
food was
it
taking a
something?
long time.
Was it something light or no?
What I ordered?
Yeah.
It was like the lamb chop thing. I order good food. I don't order cheap shit.
See what I'm talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
She ordered the top of the menu. This is just this.
But I feed myself that well too. If you ever come over for dinner, you'll see.
You just said you don't want nobody at your house.
You can come over. You're a friend. We've been friends for a number of years. I plan on having a card night one of these nights. I'm going to feed everybody. But just some random dude who just wants to come over and eat my food. And it's always like some guy who's like, ooh, I can't wait till you cook for me. Take me out first. I don't need to be wined and dined.
Is that really a move? Guys are like, hey, I can't wait for you to cook
Yes.
for me. Really?
Yes.
I can see that.
There's this guy this creepy guy in Orlando right now. He has inboxed me and was
He's
like,
out there walking the streets. Right now, he's in Orlando.
He just inboxed me one day like, I'm still waiting on you to cook for me. And here's me like, oh, what's the occasion?
I hope you've eaten already, sir, because it's not going to
How
happen.
much are you paying? Like, is this a private chef type of deal? Like, I don't cook for random men. Get out of here.
That's funny.
Kobe said the better the private parts, the shorter the distance.
The shorter the distance.
Chris says, Bubba enjoy the chef.
Yeah, Bubba, you are.
In due time.
We should go out on a date, Bubba, and report back.
That would be funny.
Now you know all the don'ts. We're already completely
you know the way to do that, though.
incompatible.
I'm eating all
It
my
would
chicken
not.
wings.
It would be
Just don't eat
each
any
of
of
you
mine.
separately sit down with me
Right.
and describe the date from your perspective
Oh,
without
that'd be
the other person
fun.
present, and then come together.
But we know each other.
I mean, it's just a good concept for any person.
That would be
like,
fun.
for any date like that.
I might go
Would
do
be,
that
yeah.
and then put it on my podcast too.
Well, I just got that fucking idea, so let's go.
Let's do it. Do you guys feel like do you ever feel like the women that you date you can't date them because they dated somebody you know?
No, well, like I said, I'm not going behind the homies. Somebody I know that's different, right?
How do we know it's your homie?
How do who know?
The girl.
Well, if she's already dated him, that's not her concern.
What if
That's
she
my
just fucked
concern.
him and didn't date him?
Once again, I'm not going behind the homies. Not for, the smash. I'll smash.
I'm pretty sure I never fucked any of your homies. Pretty sure.
It was smash.
Let me find out who Bubba's homies
if
are.
they
No,
just
kidding.
smash, then I'll smash. But if they were in something serious,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going. That's just something I don't.
Just not gonna follow it.
But there are. I don't look down upon it. Depending on how long ago it was, I'm not gonna do it. Period. But depending on how long ago it was, like I just had.
What
to
feels
reach out
like a
to
good
one
amount
my,
of time to you?
I need 10 years ago.
10 years, a decade.
Yeah.
Oh, that's quite a bit.
Good night and goodbye.
Because people circle back. I do the circle back. Circle back's not. He's
that's
not. That's
my
not
MO.
beyond. That's not beyond any but the next man.
I agree.
Yeah.
You
No,
know?
I get it.
I agree, but I
I
don't
was
think I
thinking-
need that much time.
I was thinking
I don't-
3 to
I don't
5.
I don't never want to go behind. I don't have a lot of homies either, but I've never. purposely gone behind one of
And
them.
that's the thing. It has to be at home.
You have
Can't be
unintentionally gone behind?
Yes.
somebody out hooping
Really?
every
Yes.
once in a while.
Somebody who didn't tell me the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Really?
Yeah, until
Hey.
years later. I was like, wait, what you did? Why you didn't tell me that?
That's.
Me too. Then we compared stories, and it was kind of fun. It was like a bonding moment.
Was the story similar? Did the guy basically have the same repertoire?
Yep.
Okay. We are our product of our habits.
Neither one of us was mad.
Okay.
I wasn't. I don't be mad. Like, it doesn't bother me at all if a guy who I have been with is attracted to women that I know.
Okay.
I'm pretty, and I hang with pretty women. Unless you think she's ugly, why would you not be attracted to her?
Fairly magnanimous
If
answer.
I am done with you, I'd expect my friend to have more couth than the guy. Like, I expect him to go for you. My friend,
But
on
you
the
expect the friend to turn it down.
I would, depending on how close of a friend she is to me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Or at least ask me for a heads up.
Okay.
You know, like, hey, friend, do you mind if I...
I'm gonna tell you what
Girl.
I hate. I hate when the homies come up to you and they'll tell you that they smashed. Like if they see me trying to engage with somebody.
Yeah, I hate that too.
Oh,
Don't
yeah,
tell
man,
me.
smash that. Da, 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 da. Like, I don't care about that, man.
Yeah.
Like you're a friend. I know who you've been in serious relationships with,
Mm-hmm.
and I know this. You know what I'm saying. So there shouldn't be any scenario or conversations to where, you know what I'm saying. Don't come up to me, man. I smashed that last week, man.
Like, you cock blocking though.
Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying. That's none of my concerns, man.
Yeah.
Are you going to be engaged with this woman? Have you bought a ring?
Right.
In the
If
last-
that's not happening,
in the last
I don't need to
24
know about
hours?
what your history is with her. I completely agree with that. I mean, and I don't necessarily need 10 years.
What number feels good for you?
As long as it's just over and said and done.
Okay.
You know, like,
Less than a year?
I don't think a time frame matters.
Okay. Fair enough. Couple of hours?
But that's why y'all.
depending on-
That's why y'all get in much more drama than us, and y'all cancel friendships like people cancel Hulu
Subscription.
But I'm not a friendship canceler.
Huh?
I'm
But
a-
women are.
Yes,
Like, they
that's
huge
true.
on that, and they always, and that's a part of it.
Yeah.
So, and
I dated a
it's
guy
some
who my
man
sister who lost her virginity to, so
Really?
I did on accident.
stuff.
I'm
On
so
accident.
On
I,
accident.
I didn't know. First of all,
How did this come to light then?
he was? So we're on our third date.
You're so much better than your sister.
We're both from a very small town in Michigan,
Okay.
and we both live down here in Florida.
Okay.
We're on like our third or fourth date. We've been having a good time. We've been vibing very well. I actually really liked him. I probably would have fucked him the night of this date.
Okay.
I think there was some sort of woman's cycle issue going on. I can't really remember.
Okay.
But anyway, I had church the next morning too, so maybe I was feeling saintly.
Does that happen often?
What?
Feeling saintly the night before church?
No.
Okay.
So I believe I'm pretty sure it was a woman issue because he and I in hindsight he chose the date very close to his house, so he was kind of thinking the same thing.
Setting up a home
We
game.
were like making out hot and heavy after
yeah.
the date. We're enjoying ourselves, but I'm not trying to
My crib's right around the
you.
corner.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm not trying to introduce him to
I have
all
fresh
parts of
sheets.
me this night. So I'm like, I gotta go home. So anyway, whatever happened that night, he decides to go through my Facebook page. The next morning is Sunday. I get up.
Right after the making out?
I don't know because I woke up the next morning
Oh.
and I just saw this list of messages that was like, hey, so I went through your Facebook page. Hey, so you said you had a bunch of sisters. Hey, so who is this girl in this photo? Do you got a sister named? I think we need to talk. Like, I'm reading all these I'm turning my phone on my way to church, and I'm like, all these messages are downloading. I'm like, shut the fuck up. And I'm like, so after that, he's like, he tells me the whole story, and he's like, I don't care about any of that. I like you. We've been, vibing well. He's like, I'll tell your sister myself, but I like you. I was like, nah, it's not going to work. So I
That's
couldn't do
funny.
it. And he tried for a week to convince me, and I Should have said yes because I actually haven't spoken to that sister since this whole incident.
Really?
And
does your sister know you were close?
Oh yeah, she knows because a few weeks later she ended up coming down here, and her phone broke, and she went through my phone. And at one point she was trying to contact him to say, "Hey, I'm in town,
ready to roll
and
again.
How are you?" And
Circle back.
she saw all the messages between him and I, so she ended up asking me about it, and I told her, the truth. And she was just so upset. Oh, as soon as you found out about me, you should have dated it right then. You should have never had another conversation. Like, first of all, bitch, I'm a grown up. I handled the situation how the situation should have been handled. How you choose for me to handle it and how I did was two different things, obviously. Right. But at the end of the day, did I fuck him? No. Did I continue dating him or seeing him? No. Would I today? Call me. But, things happen.
But it was, I don't know how long ago this was, but I remember reaching out, it could have been 1,000 years ago, it could have been, whatever.
And we know it wasn't.
And I reached out. I had to reach out to
Bubba amongst the dinosaurs.
I reached out to a homeboy because I know, when you talk to a new person, you kind of want to see. Especially like if they're mutual friends with somebody, you just want to see, hey, what you know about this person?
Yeah.
XYZ. Oh, so-and-so was in a relationship, and I didn't know. And this is my homie, but I didn't know she was in a relationship with this guy. So I reached out to him. Yo, I know you. They say you was in a relationship with that. And it's like, yeah, but we've been done for a while. She cool. Blah blah blah. Do your thing. She hate my guts now anyway. So what a coincidence. So do my. You know what I mean? So it'd be like a quick conversation, like. Right. But I'm just not gonna take it upon myself if I know the information. If I have the information ahead of time, I'm just not gonna take it. Oh, he gonna have to feel how he want to feel about this.
Right.
Nah, because it's not that serious to me. Because it's 1,000 million beautiful people on the planet. Like I don't feel compelled to go behind, but women do feel like there's a limited source of good men. So if they come across one, it's like
there is.
Screw whoever. This is my flag. I'm planting it in.
No holds barred.
It's forget your feelings.
Yeah.
This love is I really do feel that way too. Who you fall in love? If you guys decide to fall in love, if I, have carnal knowledge of this guy, I'm not going to stand in my friend's way. It didn't work out for whatever reason. It didn't work out between me and him. I don't.
What if that guy's in an active relationship with your friend?
That's their business. I'm
saying,
but you develop feelings for the guy.
The guy developed feelings for you.
Oh no, then I don't do cheaters. No, fuck cheaters.
Well, he's not. Y'all haven't had sex, so he hasn't cheated.
What you mean? If he's in an active
relationship,
he
said he's gonna leave her.
But call me in 6 months after you've left her,
and that'll be fine.
Maybe.
How
close are me and
her? He wants a little bit of certainty out of the deal.
Are you willing to leave her without the certainty, though?
Probably not.
If he leaves, he leaves.
Right.
Probably not.
Yeah, but my point is, if you leave, you leave.
Okay.
If you was about to leave anyway, then you gonna leave anyway.
Right.
And if you and I connect with each other down the line after you've left, then that's our business.
And you need 6 months, or you just
just a number.
Okay. So it could be next week.
No, we talked
about
it should not be that long.
Not next week neither. Yeah. You can't you can't do that to your friend. It can't just be next week that you. How much of a friend was she?
She was a friend, and that's the friend you go to brunches with.
Oh, then nah.
In the group chats.
Nah. If I'm going to brunch with you, if I'm in a group chat with you, we're not.
You share all your D pics with.
Nah. then those men are off limits.
Do you share the D pics with your friends?
Sometimes if they're substantial.
But not if they're like comically small.
If they're comically, that's substantial too.
Okay, in a different way.
Just different spectrums.
Okay, I got you. Okay.
I'll be like, look at this little, winker.
But I've been told that if you do send it, you have to assume that all of the friends see it as well.
You should.
Okay.
I just decided. In fact, yesterday I had a memory D pic, and I was like, damn, I should have.
Those come up on memories.
If you say I save them and send them to other men who send me dick pics. So
wait, time out.
I have my phone.
Wait,
shows
we gotta say that. So you receive dick pics from guy A, and then send guy A's dick pic to guy B.
If they're both unsolicited, yep.
Really?
And I'll be like, mine
she said
is
that
big.
earlier.
Mine is bigger.
Catch it?
No.
I'll say something like, mine is bigger, and I'll send one too.
Pretending to be a tranny.
whatever.
No,
okay.
just to be an ass.
Just to be a dickhead. You
Yeah,
know, like
just to
we're
be an
since we're
ass.
sharing dicks,
Okay.
I got one too.
I got you.
So yeah, I wish I had a memory that I was like, dang, I wish I had a saved whose face belongs to that pic.
Okay. There's no
I don't
hope
have
of
any
figuring that out
idea.
now.
You would have reached out to him.
Just
I just
post
want to tell you that this day last year, yo bitch ass sent me
just post it and
this flaw photo.
I'm looking for this guy.
Maybe ashy.
Do any of my friends know him?
Yeah, right. Anybody recognize this one?
Oh god.
Some men know better though. If you're not at that level of equipment, do not send a photo. Just let her be unpleasantly or pleasantly surprised. When the time comes, you'll know if it was pleasant if she ever calls you again.
There you go.
That's how you find out.
You guys are on the bench podcast. We're gonna finish up here. We're gonna have like 5 minutes here.
Oh wow.
Gonna finish up here with some updated sports stuff.
What do we have, Bubba?
If you want to stick up here, you can. If
I
you want to
guess
depart, you can.
sports for me is like, you know, indifference. It's like
Indifference.
A good dick pic. If I like it, I like it. Go ahead.
Let's see here. Where we at? Okay. We're just gonna run through some of this stuff here. You got a scout saying Ezekiel Elliott has little left to give. Of course, he's pending free agency. We all know that.
That's like
Common
do
knowledge.
bear shit in the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
ESPN projects Bronny James going in the top 10 in their 2024 mock draft because of his defense that's taken a huge leap, and also he's making strides perimeter shooting.
I like I don't know if it's in that quote that you're showing. I read something earlier that like most of the other top 10 or 15 guys have flatlined, and he's been the one guy that's continued to have measurable growth in his game, which I find that really fascinating.
Yeah.
And again, you know, from the limited clips that I've seen, I do see growth. You know, I do see a better player, a polish to him, and a confidence to him, which is great. But I'm almost more intrigued by the other guys flatlining. But again, I also look at it as like that's probably the LeBron effect.
Yeah.
In the sense that like he knows you got to get better, and he's going to push him in some way to get better. That it, you know, like if that's your dad, it's not about being a top high school player. It's not even about being a good college player. It's about being as everything that you can be, and that's a constant effort to climb. And in a lot of ways, the rest of the 10 or 15 guys probably don't have that.
Yeah.
Certainly don't have it from him.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, like DJ Wagner, I mean, he's got it in the family as well. You know, his dad, his grandfather were pros. But I do think that was fascinating, and I'm intrigued to see him.
No, for sure. So the Jets, they say that Derek Carr has Hall of Fame potential. And
the Jets are saying this?
Yeah, of course Derek Carr is he has been released, so he's technically a free agent. My thing is, if you think that, sign him.
Yeah, I'm not a big Derek Carr guy. He's in that middle group of replaceable parts for me in the quarterback thing. Yeah. And plus he's an overly religious guy, which creeps me out on a high level. But yeah, I don't see him like functioning that well in New York, honestly. But again, if you think he's that guy, freaking don't tell everybody, just sign him.
Yeah, back up the Brinks truck. Okay, the Brat announces she's pregnant at 48 with the baby.
Marvel of modern science.
This should have been in the other segment.
I understand it.
I had heard that it's the other chick's eggs inseminated by obviously a dude and then put into her. So you got a whole lot of shit going on right there.
How is this baby gonna come out?
That's
not
a
well.
whole lot of reasons not to even worry about having a baby. But okay.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
We be out here getting pregnant for free.
Netflix is
sometimes without a plan.
Right. Or a prayer.
Hey, always without a prayer.
Netflix is debuting an NFL series. Apparently, a whole year in advance of Patrick Mahomes, Kirk Cousins, and Marcus Mariota. So they set this out in the beginning of this past season, and so that's what it's going to be about. All right, the docuseries will provide unprecedented access after the quarterbacks were mic'd up every game in this past season. My thing is, you couldn't pick two better quarterbacks to pair with Mahomes.
Yes, exactly.
Netflix
I was
series?
gonna say, I'm gonna shout out to Netflix. They do a tremendous job with these projects.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Formula One Drive to Survive. That's like an inside of the Formula One thing. I caught a clip of something that focused on tennis with Nick Kyrgios, who's a very fascinating guy to me. And so I expect this to be excellent.
Oh, it's gonna be excellent.
But Marcus Mariota is about as boring as it comes. And the guy loses his job early in the year.
Yeah.
And then didn't he leave the team or something?
Remember.
Are we going to see him mic'd up in his house
Yeah,
by
you
week
know.
12?
Maybe,
Honey, I'm going to get the mail.
But maybe that could provide some, because a guy losing his job, battling, maybe that
Up to
maybe
that
that could be
point,
a
and then just
storyline.
cut him out.
And
I
then
mean,
just
I
cut him
guess.
out, I
Like,
guess,
how does a
So what's gonna be Patrick Mahomes' story?
Well, we know
he's Patrick Mahomes is gold. He's
Right.
the best quarterback in football, but he's also
You
hysterically
think he's
funny.
the best quarterback ever in football?
no, just
In
in football right now.
Oh,
Right now.
Okay.
No, he's
Calm
amazing.
down.
And to me, I find him like just hysterically funny.
Yeah.
I mean, like literally that Kelsey podcast. I think I mentioned to you.
Yeah.
Like he's sitting there. The Kelsey brothers are captains, and they're watching their mom do something, and he just kind of goes with "Hey, starting it off with Donna. That's the way to go." Just like what the.
But Joe Burrow would have been gold in this.
Joe Burrow would have been great. I mean, so many guys would have
So
been
many.
great. Like really, I mean, Lamar Jackson
Brady.
going into it. Tom Brady. Oh,
You know what I mean?
He wanted no part of that going through the divorce.
But he would have been gold.
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah, that would have been.
But and I imagine
I
if
think
you
like
tell other guys,
Lamar
like, hey,
going into a contract year would have been great.
Lamar would have been great. But if you tell guys, because I guess a part of the thing is like, okay, who's doing it? Well, we got Mahomes.
Yeah.
I would think it could be easier that way. I don't know.
Sure. I mean,
Maybe
Kirk
it doesn't
Cousins,
work like that.
in a weird way, I kind of get it.
Yeah,
Because he's kind of like a little bit of an inherently goofy guy.
And they had an interesting season.
And he's also in that he's like low key polarizing. Like he's funny, he's goofy. There are people that think he's trash. There's people that think he's pretty good.
Yeah.
And like I still remember, like he had one of my favorite COVID quotes. He's like, literally, "If I die, I die."
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm with you, Kirk.
Yeah.
I mean, so like they probably banked on
Same.
maybe getting some of that.
Yeah.
So I mean, I kind of see why, but I'm just not a Kirk Cousins guy.
Yeah. Just better options, I think.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm still gonna watch.
But
it.
Marcus Mariota is baffling.
Yeah.
Like he's an anonymous veteran guy on a bad team, like who drafted a quarterback. Like what are we expecting the outcome to be for him?
Maybe he was just a throw-in, like nobody else committed.
Everybody else turned it down.
Right. Nobody else wanted to do it.
Right. I don't know.
I mean, how about if they had the foresight to have Pat and Jalen Hurts?
Oh man,
That would have been epic.
Jalen would have been good anyway. I would imagine.
But you would have I mean, that's the thing. I mean, a great story, great background. You had Jalen. I mean, Josh Allen would have been good. Lamar would have been good. The pious David Carr, even Russ Wilson. going into it.
He's an over-religious guy.
But going into it, no, I would want no part of it. But going into it, you had the Sierra angle.
And then
Maybe
the struggles.
Future would pop off with something interesting during the course of the year. And you didn't think the season was going to be as disastrous as it was. So you're like,
Not
this
going
could have
into the year.
been good.
Yeah,
So.
and then watch the train fall off the track.
Derail, baby.
No, that would have been interesting.
Yeah.
More so than Marcus for sure.
Yeah, Marcus, that just reeks to the bottom of the barrel. We need a third guy. I'll make some calls.
No, that's true.
My sister once blew Marcus
else can
Mariota.
we
Maybe he'll help
afford?
us out.
That's what that was. Who else can we afford?
And Netflix has a good budget, man. They're splashing cash. They're just not paying Monique.
Facts. Well, I got edits by Keys' head because I know he knows this
Who's
guy.
made no comments from the live mic to his right.
Riley Kugel, he played tonight. The Gators played tonight. He played Kentucky. Riley has really been playing good as late. So
Yeah.
he came into the season, coming off the bench, and now he's worked his way into the starting role. All right. Tonight, I want to say tonight he had his season high against Kentucky. So
Wildcats.
Let me make sure of that. But he had 24 tonight. But like I said, this is a guy. He's a freshman, and he's from Orlando, and he's working his way into the starting lineup. So tonight he has a season high of 24, and it's been a progression. I mean, I guess with time that comes, right? So 15, 18, he did have 12, but 15, 18, 12, 17, 24. Just a good progression.
Well,
man.
the confidence
keep it
grows,
going.
the minutes grows. It comes together at that point.
Yeah. Have you seen him lately, Keith?
A little bit.
A little bit.
Not a lot.
You think he looks? Has anything changed about his physical appearance or his game?
Physically, no, but he locked in on defense.
Yeah.
He wasn't the biggest defensive guy in high school because he didn't have to be.
You think he's a 1 year guy? No.
I did hear something that he might be. I'm not saying I agree with it, but I guess if he continues to play like that, the question is going to be asked,
Sure.
and he might have a decision to make.
Is this considered early in college basketball season? Right, because
No,
we got
no,
March
we're heading into
Madness.
March.
We're heading to March.
We're
Madness.
We done.
regular season's winding down.
He's going to have a strong tournament season.
For sure.
If he wants to be a 1 year guy, yeah, because he's
Yeah, for
just
sure.
now
Well, but
getting started.
if you, I definitely think you have to play well down the stretch. But if you measure up with the measurables, if you have the bounce, if you have, the stuff they want, he has good size for his position.
That's what she said.
So I'm sure she did. And then so you start to look at, if you look the part, they start to look a little bit closer.
Yeah, exactly.
You say what now?
Bryce is a different story.
Bryce.
Sense ball.
Where he's at again?
Ohio State.
Oh yeah, he's looking. I haven't paid attention.
Been killing since he got there.
Yeah.
Oh man.
He's kind of the man-child guy. To me, he doesn't look fit to me.
Where they got him at
But-
the 4?
No, he's on the wing.
He's on the wing.
2-3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their score.
Yeah.
They averaging like 15 a game.
I gotta tap in.
Yeah.
Had a few 20-point games.
I
Is
haven't seen
he
him at all.
is he in bad shape though or no?
He's got the craziest part is he's lost a lot of weight.
Has he? Okay.
Lost a lot of weight.
Okay. I mean, to me, that looks to be the biggest impediment for him to be a next level player. Is this guy going to be fit enough and work on his body enough to play at a high level?
Where's the big man that they had on that team?
Kansas.
How has he been getting any player time? Because guys didn't really like his game, really.
Ernest started off the bench, but his defensive presence is what got him on the court.
Oh,
So
okay,
he's been
okay.
playing really good defense. He's averaging like 2 blocks a game or something like that.
Okay.
I mean, he's not a big offensive threat, but again, his defense.
Yeah, he's in there for defense rebounding. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So he's doing good.
That's what's up. Well, we'll keep an eye on those guys for sure. March Madness right around the corner. We had a really good March Madness. A guy who reported on CBS.
Mike McDonald.
Yeah, Mike McDonald.
Mike
So maybe we'll get him back in this time
Mike
around. again.
O'Donnell.
Mike
bad.
O'Donnell.
Yeah.
Don't feel bad, Mike.
Nah.
We want you back.
The best part about that, he's super knowledgeable and he gave us all these things that were hidden things, but none of them worked out for the tournament. Everything he said didn't happen. It was crazy.
That's how unpredictable the tournament is.
Yeah.
It's okay.
But he did what I took away, he identified a number of players that I wasn't super familiar with, but Keegan Murray, who went high in the draft.
He did.
He was on Jaden Ivey. He kind of highlighted a lot of those guys that that became NBA guys really soon. So he definitely knows what he's talking about. But again, I think sometimes when you know a lot, you can kind of overanalyze some matchups and kind of think yourself out of things.
No, that's for sure. Well, you guys have been on the bench. Be on the lookout for Shonnie's podcast.
Except on Wednesday nights when you're supposed to tune into us.
It is relationship.
We are usually done. We start at 7, so we're usually done before you guys. So
All right.
relationship.
Well, don't drag ass. Make sure you cleared up the
Conversations.
network for us.
I'll be sure to plug you guys in too.
All right.
Yeah, relationship conversations at 7 p.m. on Friday or Wednesdays and Fridays. Feel free to submit your conversation topics. If you want to do an anonymous question that you want answered by some of my viewers or any of our podcast members, feel free to inbox me at Shonnie D on Facebook or Sean_DDD on Instagram.
Do you have a co-host, or do you have a revolving panel?
Yeah, we actually have a panel of about 8 people, but we kind of co-host about 5 of us per night.
Per night, okay.
Yeah, so we kind of mix it up.
Who's some of the names?
So we got Miss Pamela, who is our resident LCSW. So
What's
she
that?
helps
What's that?
mental health counselor.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, we got Cali Boy Radio. We have 2 members of the Jaw Jackin' Radio Show. And catch me this Saturday at 7 on Jaw Jackin' Radio Show as well. I'll be reporting live from Portland, Oregon. Yes, black people live there. We also have
Anthony Simons.
Anthony and Dane with all his
Miss
money.
Crystal, Miss Rose, who are both very good conversationalists. We have a sex therapist / how do I describe her? Anyway, she's good at what she does too. She can create ambiances for you.
Everybody's Miss or Mister. Is this the old folk show?
No, I'm respectful, but we're all probably,
Do you call me Mr. Bubba? I don't think so.
Dude, no.
Only when you deserve it.
Those words have never been uttered.
Not
Mr.
by
Bubba.
me.
Not by
Mr.
anyone.
Bubba. Mr. Nick. Oh, anyway, so yeah, we have a nice mixed group of different minds like mine. Some people are religious, some aren't. Some have been married or are married. We have Miss Janelle. She just celebrated her 50th birthday, so shout out to her. She's a great expert on marriage and marital relations. So yeah, we have a good mix.
Crafty veteran.
And then of course we got Cali Boy from Cali Boy
No,
Radio.
Cali Boy's awesome. Cali Boy's awesome. All right, well, we'll catch you guys next week. Been a good show on the Bench Podcast.
There we go.
Hey.